I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right, good morning. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manning's Man. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your morning. It is midweek, as they would call it, and I must begin first and foremost by reciting portions of this Psalm 100. It says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, and to serve the Lord with gladness." Make a joyful noise. Serve him with gladness. Serve him with gladness. Serve him with gladness. You understand me? I'm going to say it again. Serve him with gladness. There is no better life than when you rest your life in the arms of the one who created the heavens and the earth. You'll see nothing else really matters enough. And nothing else of any greater value than to have your life surrendered to the Most High God. He keeps you, he never slumbers, and he never, ever sleeps. A lot of people believe they can do life all by themselves, but it is not real. I'm not afraid, to declare who I am and who I praise and who I worship, because I know the sustenance of my life is not based on my good works, but based on the graciousness of the Creator God, the one who made the heavens and the earth. Big up and welcome to the platform. For those of you who were expecting a show yesterday and you didn't get a show yesterday, trust me, it is for reasons that you'll be very proud of, management. Reasons that at this present moment I am not privy to discuss or divulge in terms of information. But I promise you that in 3 week's time maximum, you will understand the reason why there was no show yesterday. And for those of you who have been loyal to the platform, believe me, some of you have made this happen and a part of the major change. And we are grateful for the opportunity. So you will hear more about it as time progresses. So that is the reason why we didn't have a show yesterday. Because we didn't do that, we have made a big effort to make sure that today's show is worth your while. And it is going to be a good one. We have a very special guest that will be joining us at approximately 12 p.m. For an interview you'd have seen in the thumbnail. All right, so look out for that. But before we go any further, let me give you some of the stuff that I want you to do. For those of you who are watching, please go ahead, hit the like button. All right, hit the like button right now. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Help the platform to grow. We want to get to 6,000 subscribers. We are not far from that, and your help can certainly go a far way in us accomplishing that. Also, people, I would really love for those of you who have not given a super sticker or a super chat to go ahead and do so. You haven't done so in a while, drop a super sticker, drop a super chat, and support I Am Sure Sports. All right, that would be certainly welcome. You can do that. It you can start from as low. You ever hear them saying that when them selling stuff as low as so and so? Yeah, as $1 and as high as $1,000,000. You understand me? You can go ahead and do that. You'd have seen that our quality continues to improve, and that is because we continue to upgrade our equipment and our platform, so that we can provide you with high quality stream um, and audio services. All right, so go ahead and do that. I'm doing that, That's why you see me doing this. I'm on the phone making, and then I have something that I want to share with all of us, right? Because sometimes people devalue and undervalue people, that they don't know. You see someone, and because they look a particular way, we pass judgments, and we draw our own conclusions, and appearance is very important. But we have learned a very long time ago that we ought not to judge a book by its cover. And one of the things that, if you ever think about doing social media, you must understand that people have perceptions about certain things. And so when they see you doing like a YouTube platform, there's a general consensus that, it's just the perception of people. They have this idea that if you do certain things, you're of a certain class. So a man who is a carpenter, when a Jamaican sees a carpenter, the first thing that comes to some of the mind is that he's illiterate, and that is why he does carpentry, especially when they operate in certain fields. All right, and many people are like that. So it's the same thing. Sometimes when someone says you're a pastor or a minister of religion, they judge, and because they have a perception of what they think those persons are, and they put everybody in this big pile. All right, and so they always look for the worst. So if you walk and look a particular way and you say, hey, I am an accountant, because they have a perception of how their perception of accountant is, they immediately degrade you, and they put you down, and they think they're higher than you, and without any knowledge of who you are, they pass judgments. Why am I saying that? I want to encourage you that not because riches and wealth is no longer in ties and jackets. Listen to me. Riches and wealth is no longer in ties and jacket and what people call gentlemen suits, shoe, and briefcases, and fancy cars, and luxurious homes. Listen to me, people. Riches and wealth are no longer in those things. The man in a jeans and a t-shirt could be a billionaire, you never know. He could have on just his Dockers and a polo shirt, and he's wealthier than you don't know. Some of the most educated people who are changing the world by their works, especially in computing and stuff. A lot of that is not, let me tell you, based on certain things. I want you to understand me. It's not based on what our perception used to be of doctors being rich and other people being poor, or nurses. We grew up because we kind of grew up under a system of slavery. Thanks to Eric for the super sticker, and also to Fitzroy Grizzly, man out of Trelawney. Big up my Trelawney peeps. You understand me? Bless up all of the people them from Trelawney. Eric, thank you so much, right? So don't judge people. Don't judge the barber that cuts your hair. Don't judge the hairdresser that does your wife hair. Don't judge the bus driver because he may own many vehicles. Don't judge a taximan because he may have several cars and other businesses operating. Don't judge the lady you see doing housework because she may be able to do that and all her kids have completed university, all right, with first class honors and gone on to do their masters. Do not judge people. Don't assume because you have gone to university you are better than the person you are seeing when you don't know them. Don't think that because you work in a particular field you are ahead of people. You never know. You never know. So let us stop passing judgment. Don't judge the merchandiser, the security guard. I'm telling you these things because so many times you may see a person make a comment and you think like, oh, they don't type it properly, and you begin to judge them. You begin to say that they are dunce or a fool. They sound a particular way. We do that with even footballers. Thanks again to Richard Stewart for this as well. You understand me? We do this to even people who do sports. You look at some of our, I've oftentimes hear people talk about how the footballers talk, and I do agree that they could be they could express themselves better. But don't think because they're like that they're not smart and have a purpose for their life. Do not judge people. You never know. The story is told of the wealthy man walked into a store. Wealthy man. He walked into his own store. Major chain of store, clothing store. And he had on raggedy clothes, looking for a jeans to buy. This is his store. He goes in and he was short by a quarter. And the person that disrespected him in his own store. You ever watch those things called undercover boss? The disrespect, it wasn't another, but real story. They disrespected him in his own store. Thanks to Richard Stewart again for the super sticker, and to So Far Records. So Far Records, blessings. Thanks for the super sticker, right? And disrespected him in his own store. And he used that. He never fired the person. He used that to taught them that don't judge the people. Don't judge the people. Do not judge the people. Follow me. Do not judge the people who come into my store. I want us to hear that. I want us to hear that. Not because a youth choose to play football means that he's uneducated. Not because a person vlogs means that he can't read or write. People listen. Give every. And I always, in the organization that I lead, the church part of what that I lead hundreds of people, not in the thousands yet, but I've done stuff with thousands of people. And I always, this is a quote that one of my mentors taught me. Thanks, Mark. Respect, Mark. We need to talk, Mark. So many persons that we need to work out some stuff. Santi, Thank you as well. Santi876. Thanks for the blessings, sir, man. Respect. And we're experience don't meet expectation. If you can write this down and let this guide how you operate and deal with people. Where experience don't meet expectation, fill the gap with trust. I'm going to say it again. You can play this over. Let this be a guide. Where experience don't meet expectation, fill the gap with trust. Fill the gap with trust. Give people the benefit of the doubt that they mean well. The truth is, everyone in the comment section, me, you, we have more in common than the things that divide us. In fact, if all of us sit down and reason about the football and about other things in life, we will all realize that we agree on way more things than we disagree on. But the disagreements sometimes lead us down a path of being so disrespectful of each other that instead of finding the common things to work together, we talk about the divisive things and separate ourselves. Let's move away from that. Let's move away from that. I had a recent encounter where I felt like somebody who don't know me think they know me, and they have this whole perception just because of who they think they are. And I had the opportunity to sit down and talk to the person. And then when they got additional information, they were shocked that some of the things that they had accomplished was because of an organization that I'm a part of that helped them. And they didn't know. They were able to complete university with our support, and they never knew. Can you imagine the person who is supposed to help you into the next phase of your life, to help you transition into your wealth, to help you fulfill your purpose, to help you maximize your potential? Imagine that person you're disrespecting because you don't take time to fill the gap with trust. So I just wanted to say that at the beginning of the show to kind of guide how we discuss things. I must say that I watch almost all the channels, and I've come to realize over time that even the discussions are way more fruitful now, and the channels have gotten better over time. All of them, they do things differently, but they're all getting better. And even the people in the comment section, they are not as volatile as when I originally started this. The whole atmosphere has changed because people are realizing that the only way you can bring sustainable change is by working together as one. So let's get into, like I said, at 12, we're going to have a big interview. Big up to everyone who has joined so far. Bless upon yourself. I haven't seen one female yet. You understand me? We're sure improvement and A.M. Henry and B.B. Cross and the rest are females. Step up and say something. But available CDMs for the Gold Cup people. We have a live interview with player who just got his JA passport and ready to play. But as I was starting the show, someone said, "Man, you have to talk about Manchester City and their performance against Real Madrid. Heading back to City next week. It is tied, locked at 1-1-2. Beautiful goal. I'm telling you, Kevin De Bruyne. A.M. Henry is here. Kyle is here as well. Yeah. So, talk to me. Who is going to take the second leg, Jason? We're the Manchester City fans. I must say, this season, Manchester City looks more likely to win than any other season. I think they have set their minds on the Champions League, and for some reason, I think at the Etihad, they are going to get the upper hand of Real Madrid. And so I am picking City to win by 2 goals to 1. Hey, Ryan LFC, big up yourself, Ryan LFC. Bless up. Yeah. Um, I think City is going to win. Yeah, Ricardo Miller. I really think City is going to win. Just how they played at Real Madrid, and even when Real Madrid dominated for major portions of that game, you always felt like City could score on them at any point. MG. Hey people, when you hear how MG people, nobody has stolen no MG go on when Portmore get knocked out. MG, the man cuss. You never hear military go to cuss at people. The man Portmore team get knocked out. The man cuss. The man cuss on Mount Pleasant. Me not understand what Mount Pleasant. Anyways, we don't want to go back for that. I don't know what Mount Pleasant have to do with MG Portmore United team that going through. They want to cuss Mount Pleasant people. Me not understand MG, but MG is one of the yeah. He wants it. And I know you see man still across people. He want what going on MG? No. You tell me what's going on, MG. Tell me what. People, you know what? Alright. I'm gonna give you a good example. Alright. And then I'm gonna come back to the city, right? Alright. Madrid to take it. Some people are saying the two Jason said that the Madrid is going to win. You believe so? So that Madrid is going to win? I think Madrid will lose the game. I think Madrid is going to lose. Thanks, DA Judge, for the super chat. Marlon, you're really speaking Madrid as well? So many persons. All right, so you remember when we did, when Military Guna did like some of the big games, like the Jamaica games, on his platform, the quality was so good, right? Very good. But it is one camera that he has, and many people are not going to tell in what you'd call high and affluent places criticized it. But I am telling you this as a vlogger. You see what Military Guna is doing with a platform like his, with one camera, many persons have way more resources and haven't done half of what he has done in this time. And we have to clap it. For you to do from Major League to Division 1 to under 10 competition and to do it with a single camera. It shows that if all the vloggers have all the resources that they needed, there would be greater change in Jamaica football. I am telling you. And here's what people always come out to criticize when we get things wrong. But I've never heard them come out and talk about some of the good things that have been done by the vloggers. I am telling you that. So big up all the vloggers. We are going to get it wrong, just like other media platforms. But we have done more good than bad in our time in this whole space. And that is just the truth. I can call names, but I don't want to leave out anyone, but every single one plays a role in some of the changes. We have engaged the people and kept them engaged. But everybody's saying Madrid will win, so City don't have a chance. Why everybody saying? All right. Eric, Marlon, and Jason Guna and Jason. Why will Madrid win? Jeremy and Miller, Madrid will win when they are underdogs. Madrid all the way Pesa. So nobody is saying City can win this. I'm crazy, man. You guys are crazy. Are you writing off City? No, man. Listen, all right, be honest. If you big up XYZ Thompson, So, hey, XYZ Thompson, it's because you don't know, I am telling you this. You see, listen, YouTubers, like, because I ignore a lot of things, but YouTubers, vloggers, especially the ones who do sport, get a lot of criticism in many spaces. I've never met anyone in mainstream media who has ever said anything good about the YouTube vloggers who deal with sport. Maybe they have, but every time they have something is a criticism. Real thing I'm telling you. Real Madrid 15 incoming Champions League. Man, Madrid know what it takes to win competition, full stop. Pep always overthink his formation on big games and will get it wrong. So, all right, man, them here City with yeah, Ames official. Big up Carlington Grant. Man City is going to win, man. Man City is going to win. I think Real Madrid should have scored 2 goals. I don't see Haaland playing both legs and not scoring. So Haaland is going to score. City is going to win. What are they? Let me get. What are they? Let me see if we can get LFC. What on there now? Let's see if we can get Ryan. We have Ryan LFC. Ryan.
Good evening, sir. Or good morning.
Good.
Think a good morning
Good.
for you. Good afternoon to all the people them in the diaspora.
Yeah.
Blessed man. Oh, everything is good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How you doing?
Well,
The people them,
I'm doing good, man.
the people them say them not seeing you, Ryan, because them say you have chosen gym over YouTube and over your channel because you're going to gym, and them say, oh, you must go to gym over YouTube.
Brother, I'm gonna go gym, brother. I go patsy, bro. I go patsy, bro. Patsy. But I'm enjoying myself right now in the gym, find a little bit of farm. You know, gym was my first love, honestly.
Where you say enjoying yourself?
Hmm?
Where you say you're enjoying yourself? Where?
Patsy.
All right, continue, boss.
Yeah. But you know, gym always a part of my first choice, you know what I mean? And then YouTube come afterwards. But yeah, and first, you know what I mean? But listen to me, my name's I hear you saying you bring in Man City, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's good and it sounds good. And honestly, bro, for the last 3 years, people have been looking down on Real Madrid. Me, myself, too. Especially them beat me in a 2 final. Virgin, me hate Madrid, but guess what? You have to, you can take your biases out there, but you have to just show them the respect. What they has done for the last 5 years in the Champions League, they show you that they have the quality all over the pitch to win the Champions League. And let me tell you this, brother. City, best option, our best chance is to beat Real Madrid. In Real Madrid, City cannot beat Man City at the Etihad.
What?
I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
City going to, listen man, City going to play into the Real Madrid hand. That's how Real Madrid has been playing for the last 2.5 years. Playing on the counter. They do it against the great Liverpool team. They do it against even City last year. They did it against Chelsea. When Real Madrid sit behind the ball and soak up pressure with Venice, with Karim Benzema coming into the pocket, they're going to kill City on the counter at the Etihad. They will get more space and they will hurt this Manchester City team. Rudiger, he has been stick very close to Erling Haaland. He have no chance yesterday on the roughness and the physicality. I think City, they're not going to beat this Real Madrid team, Virgin. Virgin, it not take no boy to win 4 Champions League. I mean, I tell you, say, this Real Madrid team know how. They never get beaten until them get beaten. You understand? But it's football. Anything can happen. But I'm telling you, this Real Madrid team, they know how. You understand? Very good game. City didn't create a lot of chance yesterday. Real Madrid did not neither. But I think
So let me ask you something,
the
right?
real
How many games City? Listen, you look at Real Madrid farm in the league, in La Liga, man. How many games have City lost
Alright,
at home, brother? This season, Ryan.
listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You see, Barcelona on top of La Liga,
Yeah.
them said numbers don't lie, which is true. But Real Madrid has been playing fantastic in La Liga.
What?
You understand?
Didn't Real Madrid
Real
lose their
Madrid
last game in the La
has
Liga?
been playing.
Is it- Why?
Yes, management. Management have been scrape Barcelona scrape. Check how much one love Barcelona win this season. You understand? Me watch most of Madrid game them this season. Virgin, it's time for us to put some respect on Real Madrid name. Them they just win 14 Champions League, man. When it matter, we know that Pep Guardiola overthink it and he have to prove the whole world that he can win the Champions League without Lionel Messi. That is the stars. Good to see Kevin De Bruyne. But I'm telling you, when Toni Kroos and these players step up come next week, I'm telling you, City, them say when they have money, you can buy everything. But it show that them on PSG, them have all the money in the world, but yet still they can't win the Champions League. But time will tell, let Real Madrid don't sleep on them.
I think
They like to be underdog.
Yeah. I think City is going to win, and I think anybody who wins this tie will win the Champions League. Because I don't think the Italian sides can stop any of these two teams. Therefore, I think City is going to win the Champions League this season. First in a while for Pep.
All right, let's see. Because I know say Vinny now go take it. And you know say Vinny, I rate that player. The man played with so many passion and so much. Get the fans them involved in everything, Bridget, man. All Madrid, brother. Last year, brother, I tell you. I think year before, I tell you, man.
Hear this big stat, Ryan. Hear this big stat. Do you know Madrid has never won at the Etihad?
Well, it will change come next week. It will change come next week, man. Vinicius and Benzema, them have something to prove. Hopefully everybody can be fit and say that's going to be a really, really good game. You understand? That's going to be a really good game. But Erling Haaland, once you have Erling Haaland, they have a chance. But Karim Benzema, they have the know-how and all of
in the
this.
same way you'd say that Haaland was locked down by Rudiger. Wasn't Benzema locked down yesterday too?
And as me say, yes, but as me say, City
By
going to
Ruben
have
Diaz.
more than... Yeah, let's be fair. As me say, City going to... And they don't respect them opponent, especially when they play in that area. They have no mercy. And this is what they're going to play in Real Madrid on.
All right.
They might play in Real Madrid on. So let's see. But I know why military are bring feelings, you know. It's Real Madrid, you know. Team no Arsenal now in the Premier League and Buckley.
Oh, you mean Arsenal coming to not within Premier League, right?
No, come in the comment section I say, oh, Real Madrid, this and that, because he know that Arsenal Buckley, so he might bring feelings against Real Madrid. Or he might bring feelings against City.
No, why would he bring feelings against City? Military gonna want City to continue in the league, right? He wants to bring City in the league because if City have more to do in the Champions League, it means that they stand a chance of losing games in the Premier League, which would work to Arsenal's benefit. That is all. Military good. Yeah. But Marlon Nelson says, Ryan, Madrid has been poor in La Liga all season. Barcelona has been poor as well. But Barcelona has the best defense in club football worldwide.
Yeah, they keeping a lot of speech, but watching Barcelona, brother, give me nightmare. That's not the Barcelona I'm expecting. Probably we need to lower my expectation and come on to Barcelona, but Real Madrid haven't doing bad. You know, the points tally. I think Barcelona get to it. It's a one-love game. They were not supposed to get to it. But they have the points for the boat, so you have to just give them respect. But Ala Madrid, brother. Too much time them man have proved say, yo, stop right where, brother. Levels to the thing, brother. 14 Champions League, no joke, brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you think that your team can will be back in the Champions League next season?
Yeah, man, because you know Man United are buck league, man. Man United and Arsenal, after them I lead Liverpool by how much points?
So how
them a buck job, man.
but Liverpool can't catch Arsenal. Arsenal can't finish
No,
more than
but
second.
you buck the league, brother.
Huh?
You buck the league, you buck the league, brother. You buck the league, brother.
Hold on. I'm leading City by 5. How did I battle the league when I'm leading City by 5 points?
8 points, brother.
I was leading them by 5 points. I had them to play. And they had a game in hand. When I was leading by 8, they had 2 games in hand, and I had them to play. So how did I do that? If them beat me...
Yeah, that's it. You leave 2 love down at Liverpool, 2 down at West Ham, brother. Come on, bro.
But when I was going to play Liverpool, you guys told me that how long Arsenal had not defeated Liverpool at Liverpool.
No,
I was told that Liverpool was going to beat me because nobody goes to Anfield. But me get a draw.
Yes.
So that is not battling the league.
Well,
You get a draw at Anfield.
Yes, man, it's because when you're going into the game before the game play, a lot of people are saying if Arsenal went to Anfield and scored 2, brother, you leave 2-0 in a brother, 2-0, and you do it back to back, brother. When it matter, you tush. You tush.
Against
that points will jump against Liverpool, against a weak Liverpool team.
Listen. So you can say to me that no, what? Liverpool even had thing there back for my game, you know. Jota, you know. What are you talking about? Weak Liverpool team.
No, brother. 2-0 lead, brother. You dominate Liverpool in the first half, brother.
But Liverpool dominated me in the second. What I am saying is that if someone says to me that the Southampton game I should have won, that I understand. But many people thought like Newcastle, given the form that they were on, were supposed to beat me. Are the best result at Newcastle would have been a draw. So if I go by that, Liverpool was supposed to beat me. Newcastle was supposed to beat me. I defeated Newcastle.
West Ham too. What about West Ham?
Well,
what about West Ham?
Yeah,
West Ham?
So West Ham and Southampton I should have defeated. But I made it up by beating Newcastle.
So you don't think no, man. You don't think if it beat Southampton and Newcastle, where are they in the league?
No, but remember...
And Liverpool. If you get a point from Liverpool, that's still in the league.
I got a point from Liverpool.
I'm saying to you, with the points we get from Liverpool,
yeah,
beating West Ham and beating Southampton, Arsenal will lead in the league.
I agree with you.
You lose the City.
I agree.
You have it in your hand.
I agree with you.
I'm pressure reacher.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you that I should have defeated Southampton and defeated West Ham. However, I should have also lost to Newcastle and lost to Liverpool. I should have lost 6 points there, but I picked up 4.
Arsenal way better than Newcastle.
What?
Arsenal are much better team.
Hold on.
Arsenal are much better team than Newcastle.
Really?
So I expect you to beat Newcastle.
Newcastle is serving.
Of course.
Is Newcastle...
Performance, brother. Listen, man. Arsenal have a better team than Newcastle. And I perform better than Newcastle. So I'm expecting you to go to Newcastle and get 3 points. And you did that.
Hold on.
You did a job.
Hold on. So Liverpool have a better team than Newcastle?
No, but they perform better than Liverpool.
No, man.
Liverpool, listen again. Liverpool have a better team than Newcastle, but Newcastle perform better than Liverpool. Arsenal have a better team than Newcastle, and Arsenal have a and better form than Newcastle, so you're supposed to win it.
But I
Why
was
you
going
did
to.
that? Why
But
you did
Brian,
that, Newcastle?
how many games in
Mhm.
2 years? In 2 years, I think it's only one game Newcastle have lost at home. You know, I am one of the first team to go to Newcastle. Liverpool didn't beat them there.
Man
You
is
know?
man.
No,
Hold on,
check the
man.
stats. In 2
What
years,
you mean by we beat Newcastle? Liverpool beat Newcastle
where,
this season.
where,
This season,
where,
Liverpool give Newcastle 2 love.
where?
At Newcastle.
At Newcastle.
At Newcastle.
Well,
Yes,
if
Liverpool beat
Liverpool
them.
beat them there, only 2 teams have defeated them there in the last 2 years. Liverpool and Arsenal. Because they have only lost twice at home since in 40 odd games. Twice. So if Liverpool beat them, I was the second team to do it.
Mannings.
So the expectation
Mannings.
was that they were supposed to get something out of the game.
Hold on. No. Based on Arsenal season this season, Arsenal performed better than Newcastle. You take 4 points from Newcastle. Arsenal expect to take 4 points from Newcastle this season.
And 4 from Liverpool.
Based on how Liverpool season go. Yes.
Yeah.
Based on how Liverpool season go. Virgin, may I tell you this? I didn't want you to win it, brother. But I tell you already, say, the Premier League now win a 30 game, you know.
So who said the Premier League wins a 30 game?
Take your lit Mannings, man. You're Arsenal friend them for AFTV and all I know what about Arsenal are going in the Premier League.
Seeing that you're saying that Liverpool, seeing that you just come out and say that Liverpool are going to, because Manchester United are going to battle it. Seeing that Liverpool have made up so many points, if Liverpool don't finish now in the top 4, would the season be a failure?
Of course, failure. At our standard, where we're coming from, failure. And nothing less than top 4. Nothing less than top 4, a failure.
So if
failure on the club regime.
If for some strange reason now, Arsenal were supposed to end up winning the league over City, would City have battled it?
Yes. Of course.
All right, boss.
Of course. Because they are lead. They are the lead now.
All right,
Mannings,
boss.
Mannings, I just want, before you leave, if Arsenal win theirs, the next 4 games, they can finish with 90 points. I just want to express and tell you how painful it is against this Manchester City team, where we finish behind them about 390 points and 290 points and did not win the league. So you get a taste of the old medicine of the brutal of this Manchester City team, but yet still them can't win the Champions League. Have a good day. Big up to all the people in the comment section. Mannings, man, take care of it. Yeah, the Arsenal fans, them, who should have win the Premier League. Look later. And don't expect City to drop them more points, because it will never happen. It will never happen.
All right.
Look later.
All right, yeah. Cool, right. The people them love say that, we want Arsenal to win, and then them happy that City going to win. We don't understand the people them, you know. Oh yes, we want Arsenal to win the league. We really want Arsenal to win the league. But then all of a sudden, City can't do this, City can't. Them never want Arsenal to win nothing. None of these Liverpool fans really wanted Arsenal to win. Them just say that, you understand me? Them really want City to win. You know Arsenal win no league. Yeah, man. But all right, so let's get into so we have like 15 minutes before our guest joins us, right? Keep on hitting the like button, people. All right? And subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. So who are the CDMs? Last time around we looked at the defenders. We look right across the defensive line. So let's begin with CDMs, and then we look at the other 4 midfielders, or the other 3 midfielders outside the CDM that would make up the team. Because if it's 2 in each position, that means you have like 8 midfielders that you're probably going to go with. Who should be the 8 midfielders? Who should be the 2 CDM? Or who are the CDMs who are available? All right? Who are they? All right. So give us some names. Who are the CDMs that you would take, and who would be your ideal midfield grouping for the Gold Cup for Jamaica. We looked at the defenders. Remember, we said let's go with 5 that we never get many objections about. And the 5 were Eason Pinnock, Damian Lowe, Amari Bell, Dexter Lembikisa, and Joel Latibodier. Those were the 5 names. The other 3, you had names like Kemar Taxi Lawrence, Javian Brown that came up, Greg Lee that came up, and some other names that came up that we had question marks about. All right, so let's look at the CDMs. Give me some names. Who are some of the persons in the CDM role? I seen somebody in the background here. I'm not sure if I'm trying to see if I can recognize the person who has joined the stream. No, at the background seem familiar, but the face look a little bit different. So let's see.
It's Cataract, the oligarch.
It is Cataract. It is Cataract. Is you for real, Cataract?
Maybe you recognize the number
Yes,
one
it is.
selector on the sound. So when you go back and do your research now, yeah, man.
Okay.
Man is man.
Well,
I am pure sports. Good morning
yeah.
to you and
Good morning.
good morning to you, sir. Good morning to the 100. No, not good morning yet. Good morning to the 83 people who hit the like button. No good morning to the rest of them. Over 120 something. I watch it on the way to the journey, and some man play with the live button. Yeah, man. It's my favorite topic today. It's CDMs.
Yeah. It's a pink shirt, but some people calling it a pink shirt, but boss, the man is fresh and clean. The man said no, they are convinced that the Teddy Cat show is about to be launched.
It's red, my friend. Don't get this twisted.
Oh, he said the shirt is red. All right. So I see the first I see some person saying John Russell and Lambert are the 2 CDMs that they would bring. I see here Manningsman, the midfielders Russell, Morrison, Johnson, Lambert, or if anyone gets their passport can be added. So Cataract, I know you normally have the stats. We want to make the show about presenting the stats so the people can know the numbers of who we're talking in terms of the eye test. Not the eye test, but the stat test.
And then we give them the eye test.
We can look at the eye test based on how the team plays. So let's begin with
So
go ahead.
Let us look at the lay of the land, Mannings, man. And apologies for being late, but I was in a place where, unavoidably.
Not the Congo says that this was the Maverick. The Maverick. Oral Tracy, the Maverick.
Yes, I have a lot of blazers as well. You know what I mean? If you want us to get the blazers now. Yeah. So, Mannings, let's get into it. The CDM position. It has been the Achilles heel for Jamaica throughout time, but certainly in the last couple of years, we've really struggled in that position. And we have been trying our best to see how we can fill this gap. Now, Jamaica, the question is whether Jamaica plays with a double pivot, which is 2 CDMs, a number 8 and a number 6, one being box to box and one generally sitting back and protecting the back line. And we really have not found the best combination.
But Cataract, you know that they say if you skin your teeth, you're gonna look like the Maverick for real. Honestly, you look like
guy. I look up in a man's teeth, brother. Yeah, I wanna shake it, dog. Unless it's sure improvements.
No, you look like. But all right. People, please, do not. Cataract. People, Cataract gone way down left field, so just leave him alone. Let him talk. Continue with your.
But the name of this red shirt, sir?
Cataract. Just let's focus on that, because you can't manage
my style. I only wear Psycho Bunny, boss. Yeah,
Let's stick to right. So CDM, you're a yeah, go ahead.
right. I'm saying we've had a difficulty in finding a combination of CDMs for whatever reasons. So if we look at who has a passport in the senior ranks, and we'll start from the most recent passportee, and that would be John Russell, Jonathan Russell, formerly of Chelsea, sent on several loans, now of League One club Barnsley. There is Kevin Stewart of Blackpool, who I think would have been relegated. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but they were in a ding dong relegation battle. But Kevin Stewart has been out for the foreseeable memory that we've had, out injured, and he has been in. He will be injured for a few months to come. Not expected back. I think the end of the year is where I read. Right, it's a really serious injury. He's also out of contract. I think, and I'm gonna double check these things, but he's out of contract, so we don't know if he'll be signed for a club. That's Kevin Stewart, Liverpool raised and groomed CDM, a different style of CDM than your Chelsea CDMs. Your Chelsea CDMs tend to park the bus because it was the Jose Mourinho style of CDM. Clip it, you barbers and bootlickers. Click it. Right. So Jose Mourinho really wanted to develop in Chelsea the ability to park the bus and lock down the game. So he went about developing CDMs and he would not let them go on the open market. He would just keep loaning them out. Lewis Baker, Anthony Grant, Jonathan Russell, I can name you a myriad of others. Even those who play box to box. I think Conor Gallagher was one that comes to mind. They hold on to their midfielders. So Kevin has a Jamaican passport, but is injured. And
He's not going to be available because of injury. All right.
Right, good.
Yeah.
And then there would be CDM wise, Jordan Cousins. And Jordan
And he has his Jamaican passports as well.
Yes. And he has played one game for Jamaica, not a competitive game. But he came on in the game against Catalonia.
Yes.
We would recall that he came on in the game against Catalonia. But that game was we would know we took a punishment. It was a brutal game.
He hasn't played a lot. He hasn't played a lot this season either.
He's at Wigan Athletic. Right? He's at Wigan Athletic. That's who he is signed to. I'm looking at stats, so I'm not looking at the contracts. Mannings, you can probably tell us a little bit about the contracts.
Well, Jason said that both Stewart and Cousins' contract will
end March 31st.
Yeah. No,
right.
Well, June 30th.
June 30th. Okay.
Yeah, June 30th.
Yes, March 31st is the Premier League contract. June
according to Jason, Stewart has an option. He has an option for another year if he wants.
Right.
Unlike Jordan Cousins.
And the club has an option not to take that option.
Yeah.
Right.
But Cousins is injured though, isn't he? Because he has not been playing. He has not even been in the squad.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have not seen much of him. He's actually played. When you come to the stats, you'll say I think he's played one game for the season. If I have it correctly. No, that's not true. I will not say that. 2022 championship. Right. So you will find an amazing thing when we come to the statistics. Yes. So there was one player, David Davis, who was trying to get his passport, but I have no evidence that he completed the process. But I know he had gathered his documents together, and then he broke his back. I think he got a serious back injury, and
All right.
last
So
I checked, he was in non-league football. But a very
all right. So
combative
yeah. Go ahead.
midfielder from Birmingham. Spent many years at Birmingham City.
Yeah, because I don't want to discuss those that we're not sure. I know these three
Come on,
players that we
come
have
on, let's
spoken.
want to give the lay of the land. We have to give the lay of the land. I don't want nobody to say because may have a conflict of interest, may leave out someone, and you
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
Right, good. So then that leaves us with last but not least, the man who has never been on the field for Jamaica when it's lost. Anthony, the Judge Grant.
What
Crawling
about
from
isn't Delano Splatter? Isn't Delano
senior.
Splatter
Notice I said
CDM?
senior, senior, senior,
Oh, senior. Okay.
senior, senior.
Okay.
You come to senior. Um, and I think in terms of ranking, you would accept that we would have to speak about Anthony Grant before we spoke about Delano and some of the youngers who are coming through. And when we come on to, so that's the senior, and it done right there. So outside of that, there is Lewis Baker and Isaac Hayden. And those would be for managers to tell me if we have moved the needle on either of those players into coming in. Right. Yes, MP. Grant has done his time.
All right. Before we get the cataract, let's stick to the don't go down this. All
Don't
right.
go down the road. Okay,
Yeah.
let me go. Let me do go down the road.
Let's continue because we have not called those
What are
now
we
who
talking
are
with?
not.
Hold on, stop. How do we talk with people without a passport? Kevin Stewart has a passport. Jordan Cousin has a passport. Jonathan Russell has a passport. Anthony Grant has a passport.
Yeah, so
What
those
we
are the four we have. Yeah, man.
right?
So those are the four we have, and of those four, two are basically out with injury.
Who are out with
So,
injury?
so then you have. Just call the names and then we're going to put together this. You have Devon Williams, who is speedy.
Well, you're going into a place now in the MLS where I'm unfamiliar with.
Right.
I'd like to look at what's here, and then we can say, okay, you say you're going in the USL.
No, but we're calling just like you said earlier
Let's
that we
call it.
have to
Okay,
just
go
like
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Call
So,
it.
so you
Devon
have
Williams, Kevin Lambert.
you have you have Kevin Lambert. Let me ask you this: Can Anthony Grant, because the Gold Cup is in the United States,
willing and able to enter the United States of America. For those haters,
no,
he's
Ketterer,
good.
Ketterer, we could
Good.
just
But if I call his name, we're talking about people who can go to the Gold Cup. So
Ketterer.
why is the man I gonna bring up some? If the player couldn't go to the Gold Cup, I would raise it. Yes, yes, sir.
Ketterer. Let us just keep the conversation. Let's just discuss the football. We don't want to go off on tangents, haters, and all of those. Just keep the football, man. Please.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're looking quite spiffy today in your red shirt, looking pinkish with your shades.
It's
I
Gucci.
can't
It's
see what.
Gucci. It's Gucci.
All right. Yeah. Don't look real though, but it may be because of my glasses. All right. So
Made in
so
Italy, sir. Made in Italy. We don't
so
do that.
there is
So,
uh
but we can then talk. We can then
would,
say
would,
Harvey. We can
would,
say
so you have Lambert, Speedy Williams. Who else has played in that position in the team? We're just trying to get all the names and then we put we put
um
two.
is there the
Is Michael
the
Hector,
youngster done the holding? Fabian McCarthy
Fabian
played.
McCarthy? No man, Fabian McCarthy out.
No, how
He
you
wasn't
out?
called up. So he
No,
wasn't called up.
no, you said people
Just
who have played in this
no
position.
man. So
Was it played?
let me give you the local thing. Cause you don't watch it, no cataract man. Let's just and then I go and hand over the
So you don't.
microphone.
Go ahead, sir.
Let me right. The players, if you go by the last game, the players in it was Alwyn Harvey, who wasn't even called up, and Joshan Anglin. I don't think those players at this time will make it. So what we have to look at is Speedy Williams, who was not called, Kevin Lambert, who was in the team, and some we did mention Michael Hector as part of the defensive group, but in the last Gold Cup, he actually played holding midfield. Is he an option? Yes or no? Just give me a thought.
No.
All right, there you go. All right, so
But
the name.
you're moving the goalposts around, Mannings. You said, are we talking about the players who are there and able to? Because aren't they, wasn't Fabian McCarthy within the last 12 months represented
Fabian
Jamaica at
McCarthy
CDM?
is no, he has not.
Didn't he go to a match that we had in Austria?
No, he did not. Alwyn Harvey went,
Fabian McCarthy with the
and Joshan Anglin.
with the blonde thing through his head.
Just trust me, not trust
No,
me,
I'm
Keto.
trusting you, but I'm
Yeah,
asking
man,
you.
but I keep on saying, it, and I'm saying to you that he did not. He has not played for Jamaica
Okay, sir.
in a while. So, and he's
Who's
out
the
injured.
player?
Remember, he sustained a. Remember, he sustained I think a broken ankle or leg in the league
Okay, so who is the
recently. So,
player with the blonde streak in his hair who played in the Catalonia game and I think another game in Austria or
the only other
against
player would have been the Waterhouse player Ramon Howell.
no,
There's a Waterhouse player called Ramon Howell. Alwyn
aka,
Harvey played.
aka the molasses,
Uh,
the slow.
Keter, this is why I'm trying. I'm trying to keep. Just work with me, no man.
Okay, I'm working. I'm working.
Let's just with all right. Let us agree to not use words to describe the players in an unfavorable way, except when we are going to talk about how they play and whether they play the ball.
Okay.
Let us agree to do that.
Okay. So that would be the player from Waterhouse who is absolutely quick in the
You're
central midfield
what
and able to move the ball, who moves the ball well. I just want to
Keter,
know which one because look here, we have tried 11 players in this position.
Cataract. I gave you two players. You ask about another player.
Yes, sir.
I, I, I said to you, the player has not played for Jamaica. You're
Yes.
asked.
No, you're
Then
telling me
you
about Howell.
no. You asked me who was the player with the blonde streak in his head that played in Catalonia. I said to you, Cataract, you are asking. The only midfielders locally that we have used in those games are Ramon Howell, Alwyn Harvey, and Joshan Anglin. It would be one of those three. I did not put any of them on the list as the people we are discussing. You are asking about Fabian McCarthy, and I told you he's injured and he has not played for Jamaica. So that's why I want to move on because he's not a part of the group because he has not played. So we don't need to get into describing Ramon Howell's game because we're not talking about him on this list.
Okay,
That's all
sir.
I'm saying. Thank you, sir. All right. So I've added Devon Williams, Kevin Lambert, and then there is, in terms of fit players, um, Anthony. Um, yeah. Thing there. Fresh God actually sent me something that McCarthy was in the Austria for the Austria game, right? Fresh God in the Austria game. Yeah. All right. So Fabian McCarthy was called for the Austria game, according to Fresh God. Fabian McCarthy has a broken leg. All right. So he's not in the running. All right. So Speedy, Lambert, John Russell, Anthony Grant. All right.
Yeah. Yes, I will
4.
listen more than I speak. However, I was correct that Fabian McCarthy was in a Jamaica squad in the last 12 months. So sometimes, if we are aware of something, and I don't know everything, we're good. But I have no problem with those names that you called. And we can trim down from there.
Okay, so Devon Williams, Kevin Lambert, John Russell, Anthony Grant.
Okay.
No,
And BM says something that says we should cut off at the championship. But BM, you are the same person who was singing the praises, I recall, of Jonathan Russell, who is in League One, below the championship.
all right. So those are the 4 names that have come up. Unless someone else has emerged with their documentation, their passport, or we are going to look at younger players, like junior players,
Right.
or yeah, right? Which you have like, do you want to mention any of those names? We're supposed to have our guests coming on as well, cause it's what 12 o'clock. So let's see.
Yes.
We have a call. Though. Let's take this call and
Take the call. I'll check with the guess.
yeah. All right. All right. So let's take this call. So yeah. So there is somebody saying that Delano Splat.
Man.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, RD. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Bless up to your panel and everybody in the comment section. Man. I can't say too long again. But what may I say? You see, why the use? That's why sometimes I can't understand Cataract. You have discussed, man. The man a grown and a bring up some. The man know say when some player when I call now cut it now make it now anything. Just move on. The man drop the program. The man drop the program other day. I just say the man drop the program so
RDN,
long, just
RDN,
go on and go.
RDN. I'm going to let it. We have our guest,
Yeah.
right? And I don't want to delay our guest. He's here.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So
man. Bless you,
let
man.
us take
Yeah,
the
man.
call later. All right. So people, we have a mystery guest. I'm going. Mr. Blake, would you like to introduce our guest? You're muted. You're muted. Though you're going to have to do that. Unmuted.
First thing you ask who is in the other runnings,
Yes.
because as you we some men have finally pointed out, some of the persons who are eligible are at the latter end of their career. Chief of whom is Anthony Grant, right? And therefore, we have to look at who the baton is passed to and how the baton is passed. So, number one in those in that is Mr. Delano Splat. He would have been the first of the younger central midfielders. He's not a CDM per se, he's a CM who had his Jamaican passport at the time of the under 20. Then there is Dante Casanova, that who we are told got his documentation. Did he actually get the
Yeah.
passport? Or
He got his passport on I think the day of the second Trinidad
the
game.
second Trinidad game, but didn't
Play.
play the
Yeah.
game, right? There is Roy Anderson of Charlton Athletic.
Yes. I don't know about his paperwork.
No, that is done. Charlton Athletic CDM has had his paperwork since the under 20
Yeah.
World Cup qualifiers. Right? He's had that since the under 20 World Cup qualifiers. And
Yes.
with a freshly minted Jamaican passport sometime in May 2023, I present you the person that I think will challenge. And I believe that those three are in there. A combative midfielder from Leicester City, Brandon Ashley Cover. Over to you, Mannings.
Brandon, good. Is what good night where you are. Good.
Evening.
It's
Yeah, good evening, good evening. You're right.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm all good, thanks. Just came back from training today, so yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, we are doing great. We are doing great, man. So good to have you. I mean, how was training?
Yeah, it was good today. It was it was all right session because obviously we had the game a few days ago, so just a bit of a light session today. So yeah,
Okay, and when is your next game? And who do you play?
we've got a friendly next week, but our season's finished already. So we played Everton on Monday, 1-2-0. So yeah, our season's finished so far in the competitive league, but we've got just like a few more friendlies, and then that's it.
Okay, so you played Everton. Everton, you won by 2. And you started,
Yeah,
finished.
played full 90 minutes. Started. And yeah, it was a good challenge for me, but I thought I played really well that game. Yeah, we got 2-0 win just to seal off the season.
Okay, all right. So listen, there are many persons now listening to you. This is the first time that getting to know you. Tell them a little bit about you, probably, your height, your position, you play,
Yeah.
your age, and all of that, so they can get, a little familiar with you.
Yeah, so I'm 6'1". I'm a centre mid / CDM. I've been at Leicester since I was 7. So I'm 19 now, so 12 years. So that's a long time. And that's the only club I've ever been at. Yeah, I say that's the main things about me. I like to get a few goals, assists. I like to get a few tackles. I'm a hard worker for the team. So yeah, they're my attributes.
So,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Brandon,
Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question. Can you tell us, because I've seen the last 4 games since I knew that you were Jamaican, I've really been studying your games. Can you tell us, are you a starting CDM? How many games have you started this season?
Don't know on the top of my head, but probably over probably around 15, over 15.
Right.
So
And in
yeah,
the last half, you have been the starting
Okay.
CDM in the last 2 months?
yeah, I've been the starting CDM, starting CDM.
Yeah. And have you ever, I mean, I know sometimes with the under 23s and stuff, there are different players at different time of the season, depending on the load of the senior team, they may get called up. Have you ever like made a squad, match day squad for the senior
So
team?
I've done pre-season with the first team against Notts County. I played 45 minutes at the start of the season when Brendan Rodgers was the manager. And I've been training with the first team a few times, but not made a Premier League matchday squad as of yet.
Awesome. Listen, so the big question is, how did you even, at what point did you know that you had Jamaican connections? How did that come about? And how much do you know about Jamaica?
Yeah, so I've
Brandon,
always
one
knew I had.
question at a time.
Sorry.
Huh?
Nah, kill the ball. One question at a time. So, how did he know that he had Jamaican connections? I like that first question, Manny.
He understood the question.
Yeah, so my Jamaican connections with the Jamaican Football Federation. So I knew a few scouts like Cataract there, Devon, a few others. They helped me get my passport. But obviously, I've always knew I've had Jamaican heritage from my family, but it's just about getting access to the passport that's really the hard part. But I've always wanted to represent Jamaica, so yeah.
Okay, so it was, I mean, a lot of us don't understand the process. I mean, was it a difficult process for you, and how long did it take for you to finally get the passport?
Yeah, it was a bit of a long process. I think it took over a month and a half. So I had to fill out some documents on my behalf in England. Then I shipped them over to my dad, who was in Jamaica, and then he helped me finalize all the documents and get it all dotted and signed over the line. So yeah, that bit was a bit of a long time, but now I've got the passport, so it should be easy. Hopefully, I can get called up now.
Awesome. Have you ever been to Jamaica?
As of now, no, I've not been to Jamaica, but I will soon.
I like that. I like that. So tell
I
us
want to
what.
ask a question
Go
though.
ahead. Go ahead.
So let me answer. Is it your mother's side or your father's side that is Jamaican? Just tell the public.
My father's side.
Okay. And it's who is born in Jamaica? Is it your grandmother, your grandfather?
Both of them. So my grandmother and my grandfather on my
And
dad's
where
side.
they're from in Jamaica?
Both from Saint Anne.
Yeah.
Saint Anne.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Man, it's
I'm
right
I'm
under
presently
your
in
nose.
Saint
Pardon?
Anne. In St. Anne right now.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that's where they were from as well. Nice.
Oh,
Right.
awesome, awesome,
And
awesome. So,
grandma and grandpa are alive?
My grandmother is, but unfortunately, my granddad passed away.
Okay, good, good.
okay.
And you mentioned something earlier. I'd like you to answer, then I turn back over to Mannings. You said it's always been a desire of you to play for Jamaica. How long have you had this desire to represent the country of your father and grandmother's heritage?
Ever since I've seen so many like Premier League footballers represent Jamaica, I think it really helped me like pave the way and like made me want to play for them. So probably I'd say probably when I was around 10 or 12. Obviously, it was either England or Jamaica, but I still want to play for Jamaica. Definitely want to play for Jamaica. So yeah, I'm just itching to play for them right now.
Yeah. And how much do you know about the Jamaican culture? I mean, back home in England where you are you exposed to the Jamaican culture in terms of food and way of life and anthem and all of those stuff? How please tell us how much are you aware and what you know about the Jamaican culture itself, seeing that you have never been on the island itself.
I would say I'm quite fully aware because, as I said, my dad's side they're all Jamaican. So whenever I'm with them, we either got some Jamaican food out, Jamaican music, just stuff like that, really. So I think I'm quite in tune with the culture. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
There's
right.
a
One.
question in the comment section, and then I'm going to ask you. It's from Mr. United. I see he has a Manchester thing up there. Can you tell us clearly what club do you play for, Brandon? Just tell Jamaica again. Some
I
people
play
come
for
late.
Leicester City. Leicester City.
Leicester City. And can you help Mr. United? When I became aware of you, can you tell him what happened in the last match that you played against Manchester United?
Yeah, so I scored a last-minute winner to make it 3-2 and to get the 3 points. So yeah, I was buzzing for that. And there was a chip as well.
Last minute winner against Manchester United. I think it was in the 90 something minute.
90 plus 2.
90 plus 2 minutes. And how often do you score goals? I know you're a CDM. How often do
Yeah.
you score goals?
This season, I've not really scored as many as I would like, but I would say overall I'm a goal scorer compared to my stats last season. But this season I've found it quite hard to find the net, but I'm sure I'll get it back soon. So yeah, I would like to say I'm a good goal scorer for a midfielder.
Okay. And
How many? I mean,
go ahead.
hold on, Brandon. I mean, in terms of the because we know we have had Wes Morgan, who has been winning captain at Leicester, tremendous player when he represented the Jamaican national team. I mean, did you have an opportunity to talk to Wes or other players who have represented Jamaica who have been in and around the Leicester setup to kind of get a feel as to what Jamaica's football is like? And do you talk to other players, or this is just Brandon and I've just watched from my own self and seen stuff, or you have had conversations with former or present players about what it would be like representing a smaller nation like Jamaica?
I've had conversations with one guy at Leicester. His name's Cleveland Taylor. I think he's represented Jamaica at a youth team level, and he told me his experience was very good out there. But as of Wes Morgan, I've not spoken to him about the Jamaican call-up or anything like that. So no.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
tell us then.
what
Go ahead, Manins. Go ahead.
right. So we have, I mean, Jamaica has several tournaments coming up. There is like what they call the CAC games, which is like for under 22s. There is the Gold Cup coming up. I mean, how do you want to, or how do you see yourself getting into the Jamaican team? Do you want to go through the under 23s, or you see a pass as you believe that you can add value to the senior team
Mm.
this time, or is there a preferred path that you'd like to take?
I would like to get there as fast as possible, but whichever one the coach thinks best for me, I will take that path.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Ketorok, you were going to ask a question.
Actually, I was going to ask him, having not spoken to a player like Wes Morgan, but I know he's aware of Wes, who is a legend at Leicester. Where did this desire to represent Jamaica come from?
Seeing loads of people as I said, like in the Premier League, going over there representing Jamaica, and I've always knew I had heritage from Jamaica, so I thought, yeah, I really want to just play for them really, and on the international stage, and I'm just eager to play for them. So ever since I've seen all the Premier League players going over there, I thought, oh, they're doing it, so I would like to as well.
Is there anyone in particular or two that you want to tell us who you
I'd
look
say
at?
Leon Bailey. He's a good footballer.
Boy, you just made yourself a lot of friends in Jamaica.
Is it?
And what is it about Leon Bailey? What is it about Leon Bailey? Baller. We call him Baller.
Yeah, he's just a very good player. I just love watching him play for Aston Villa, and over the previous years for Bayern Leverkusen. And yeah, just the way he plays is just amazing. So I would love to hopefully one day link up with him and play with him on the international stage.
Yeah. So just in terms of your own personal career, do you see yourself at this time breaking into? It looks like, we're not sure yet. It looks like Leicester could, if they escape, it will be pulling off a Houdini. They could be also relegated, right? Do you see yourself breaking into the senior team? Like, do you think you're on the verge of that, or you still think there is a further like development that needs to take place, or you believe that you can break into this Leicester team?
Hopefully they manage to stay up, but I do see myself. Hopefully, I could break through, but it just all depends on the manager if they want to give me that opportunity. But I just want to continue to train hard, play hard, and hopefully I get that opportunity where they can see me, and then I get that first sniff of first team opportunity, and I'm sure I wouldn't let it go.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Keteran.
Yeah, man. It's not a double attack, but this is how it's like when you come to play for Jamaica. When you come up against Mexico, you'll remember Mannings and Cataract.
Yeah.
But listen, I wanted to ask you in all seriousness. You and again, we're sitting here we've spoken about Leon Bailey and your desire to play alongside a player like that. You spoke about him from his Leverkusen days, which tells me, as an ultra, that you have been watching Jamaica and those who are Jamaican for a while. Tell me what would make a young man want to, like in yourself now, you have an option of representing England and an option of representing Jamaica. Deep inside, you are going to become one of the poster boys of those who have chosen to represent Jamaica over England. What goes through a footballer's mind when he's making that decision? If you can just share with us.
Well, it's all about the opportunity, and as of so far, Jamaica has given me the opportunity to play on their national stage. So I just want to take that with both hands, and hopefully I can do the best for the country. So yeah.
Okay. And I just wonder if you have it nearby, Brandon, but some people are asking, do you have that blue book that you don't have to open the page? Can you just show us, can you show them the blue book?
As of now, I'm at my mother's house, so I don't have it on me now, but yeah, it's definitely there. I've got it on pictures, though. But yeah, obviously,
you have a picture? You can show us the picture. Anything you can show us. Neo Sovereign, our resident lawyer.
Do not put up your photo page, right?
Yeah, no, I won't do that.
Yeah.
So, people, this is Brandon Cover, Leicester City, central defensive midfielder. Been at Leicester since age 7. Now 19 years old. Been there for 12 years at one club. And he has recently gotten his Jamaican passport and desired us, and he's going to show us a picture of that wonderful.
Yeah, as of now, I can't find a picture because it's all off just my face on there, so I can't really show that to the public.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so listen, just again, because the important thing is that just the whole progression of Jamaica's football. Like I said, this is. We believe we can do a lot as a nation in terms of football, but I mean, just given what you have been doing in terms of tracking the football, what could you bring to a Jamaican national team now? When the next game we see a Brandon Cover in that CDM role and he steps onto the field, given the players that we know, the Bobby Reed, the Mikel Antonio, the Ethan Pinnock, the Damian Lowe, the Andre Blake, the Leon Bailey, all of these guys out there, Ravel Morrison, Daniel Johnson, Bobby Reed, and you step into that midfield, what do you bring to the team?
Hopefully I could bring some excitement, so I could do both ends of the pitch. So I could do lots of tackles if the manager wants me to be a CDM tackle, but also if he wants me to push on a bit higher, I could do some nice passes, some good stuff on the ball, really, just to help the team get up the pitch. Hopefully I add a few goals, and I could do the dirty work as well off the ball. So anything really the manager needs of me, I can do it.
Yeah. And if there anything, like I said, listen, there is Brandon needs to work on this. This is the area that I want to improve on, especially because club football and international football is different. Having watch like Declan Rice for England as an example, or Rodri for Spain. Is there anything you think like at the international level, um, I can work on, because I'd love to be a whole lot better, to be rated as one of those world class, top class midfielders, even representing Jamaica.
So yeah, as I said, this season I think I could have added a few more goals. So I think if I add a few more goals on the international stage, I think that will make me a better player as a whole.
Yeah.
Brandon, as you speak about your attributes, again, some people join late, they come to school late. This is Brandon Ashley Cover, for those who are asking his full name, Leicester City, central defensive midfielder. How long are you and you're contracted to Leicester City, right? How long
Yeah.
is your contract up to?
So it finishes in 2024.
So 2024. And you spoke about your attributes, a tackler, you can go up the field, you pass the ball well, etc. I want to drop about Manning's mention some names. So I'm gonna now go into a little dicey area. So you've been playing against a number of young men who have already gotten their Jamaican passports and some who are trying to get there. So let me start. Are there any players at your club that you know who have Jamaican heritage and who you think you would love to play alongside, either at the under 23 level at the CAC games or wherever you can play? Is there any players at your club that you can think of?
No, I don't think there's any who have Jamaican heritage on the top of my head in my age group, but might be some in the low age groups. But I'm not too sure, not 100%, so I can't really say their name.
Okay, so we'll tell you, because they know they call Cataract the walking encyclopedia.
Is it? Yeah.
So there is Kian Pennant and Tyrrell Pennant.
Oh yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
as you speak, in the league itself that you have played in, you would have come up against, and I'm just going to drop some names. You can tell us just what was it like playing against them. Omari Hutchinson, have you played against him?
Yeah, I've played against him. Yeah, he's a good footballer. He's a very good footballer. Tricky winger.
So he wasn't directly inside of the midfield with you, but
yeah, he was playing on the right side. So yeah, he's a good winger. He's got loads of skills. He can easily beat a man. But yeah, he's a good player.
Okay, Delano Splat, Fulham FC.
Not too sure who that is as of yet.
Okay, he might be a little bit younger. He
Yeah.
might be a little bit young. But Mannings, you have some other Dante Casanova at Tottenham Hotspur. He has recently gotten a Jamaican passport.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of him. Yeah, I think he's a good player. He's definitely a good player.
Okay.
Would he have gone up against because seeing that you're in the Leicester under 23s, his name is Dexter Lembikisa, but I know he plays
Wolverhampton.
right, Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I don't think I've directly came up against him, obviously, because he's a right back, but yeah, probably in the same team.
Yeah, how important is this for you? And because this is really about you, and I just want you to know that we are excited and about this, especially again. Why? Because you're not doing this when you're 30. You're doing this when you're 19. When truth is, there's a viable option for you to represent. So this is a big deal for a lot of us, and so we are truly grateful that you have acted upon the impulses of your heart to make the decision to represent Jamaica. And again, we look forward to seeing you play and all of that. But would you say to an ex-youngster, listen, I know you have Jamaican heritage and you should look at this option and if so, why?
Yeah, I think it's a good option because it's to represent your country. That's number one. Number two is it can take your talents elsewhere, really, because if you can do it on an international stage, it could give you options for different clubs abroad, stuff like that, if anything happens, or it's just different options, really, that you can get, and it's just great experience at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any particular player like you model your game off, like, well, unlike Cataract, some of us may not have seen Brandon Cover play, but is there any player that you could say, listen, if you look at, I don't know, Mendy, that's his name, he plays for
Who do you model your game
and
on?
Ndidi. If you look at Ndidi,
Yeah,
that's me.
yeah,
Ndidi that plays for Leicester, that's how I
yeah.
play. Is there any player that you would say you model your game off
Um,
decent
I wouldn't say
content?
I directly model my game off anybody, no. But in the Leicester side, I'd say I probably played the most like Tillemans, up and down the pitch. He's got a good pass. He can tackle, run back and forth. So yeah, I'd probably say Tillemans if I had to pick out any midfielder from Leicester.
That's Yuri
Okay,
Tillemans.
Yuri Tillemans,
the
yes.
Belgian. Oh, but he's more a box to box than a
Yeah, that's
CDM.
what I could play when I play as the number 8. I could play number 8, number 4, CDM, centre mid, either one.
Okay. So you can play a couple of different positions
Yeah,
in
different
the field.
positions. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, very important. Okay, that's awesome. So I mean, have you actually been deployed as a CDM in some of the games that you have played?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
Dream
CDM
position.
and centre mid. Yeah. So in England we call it number 4 or number 8. So yeah, I've played as both.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I wanna ask you, and I'm be juggling questions and stuff. Brandon, how did it feel when you held that blue? And I just want to take a moment, just share with Jamaica how it felt to you, not the cataract, not the daddy, not the grand, how it felt to you when you held
Yeah.
that blue passport in your hand and opened it and saw the name Brandon Ashley Cover, or you got that letter that said Brandon Ashley Cover, you
Yeah.
are a Jamaican
Yeah.
citizen. Just take a moment and share with us.
Yeah, it felt so good. It was like a long time coming, and just to be officially announced as a Jamaican citizen, it was a proud moment for me and my family, of course. But yeah, it took me a few moments just to realize like what really had happened. But yeah, now I've got the passport. Just want to represent Jamaica on the international stage now.
Yeah. And how was your family? Because you said your father actually sent the papers to your father who was in Jamaica.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
right? And he kind of helped with it, right? So how are your parents, your mom, your grandparents, your father feeling like, Brandon, how did they respond? How did they react when you said to them, I want to represent Jamaica, and stuff? And how did they respond when you got the passport?
Yeah, my mum's side and my dad's side are both happy, but especially my dad's side, obviously, because they've got Jamaican heritage, so they're just so proud I can represent the nation that they came from.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you'd say are most Jamaican about you? Like,
I'd probably say my music taste. I like a bit of reggae, dancehall, so yeah, I'd probably say my music taste.
Okay.
And especially I love the food there as well, so I'll probably say that's my biggest one.
Okay, so you do the Jamaican food over there?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to ask you then. I'm going to put you on the spot because this is Cataract, the original sound killer. Who are your favorite Jamaican artists? What's your favorite Jamaican song you're listening to at the moment? If you want to share,
probably have to say Vibes Cartel, number 1, and then probably Popcorn. So yeah, they're my top 2, definitely.
So when you're in the team bus going to the next game, do you have some reggae playing in there, or you have some?
Yeah, definitely. So on my playlist is a bit of everything. So yeah, it's got a bit of reggae, rap. Yeah, so it's got a bit of everything in there. So yeah, I like to switch it up.
guys, I am saying. And when it comes to the food, though, what's the Jamaican food that you like? If you were to pull up at a Jamaican restaurant, I don't know Leicester much, but I know Nottingham. I don't know if it's still there, the black and white cafe. But I know you guys are in the area. If you pull up to the Jamaican restaurant and think, what is Brandon Cover ordering? It's
definitely got to be Kruger and rice and peas. That's my favorite, especially when my grandma makes it. She makes it so good. I'd probably say that and a few dumplings on the side.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
dumpling, rice and peas and curry goat with a few dumpling on the side.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
All right, so we have several females who are watching. One is she calls herself Sure Improvement, and she's saying that you have to bust a tune, either popcorn or a Vice Cartel. I don't know how you gonna do that.
I don't know in front of the public, but maybe it was behind the scenes. I would have, but nah, not yet.
Yeah.
Not now.
All right, that's no problem.
So Brandon, well, I'm gonna expose it. There's a thing that says you can't let Jamaican people know your business.
Yeah.
Brandon, somebody very close to you recently played against Jamaica
Is it?
for Sheffield United.
Oh yeah. My girlfriend. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that happened a few months ago against. Obviously, she played for Sheffield United against Jamaica. What's that? I didn't really know who to support, so I just kept the even head whilst watching that game.
So who are you cheering for?
That's what
That
he
game,
said.
I was just even. I was even. I was a mutual supporter. I was just enjoying football. I was enjoying.
And what did you think about the game, Brandon? What do you think about the reggae girls who are going to the World Cup?
Definitely. I think they've got a strong chance of competing and doing really well at the World Cup, especially their number 9, their striker, Bunny Shaw. She's a very good player when I seen her play.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
All right.
I said all. Curry goat dumpling, name check Leon Bailey, name check Khadijah Buddy Shaw. Even knew that it was Bunny, so you can't just say the man just going by the name of the jersey.
Nah.
His other half, when he puts the ring on the finger, certainly you get her to come and play for Jamaica because she will get you woman.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful moment. I have seen the future. I am happy about the CDM because I think it's going to be a competitive group of players with Delano, with Dante Casanova, with K-Roy Anderson from Charlton Athletic, and now Brandon, and all of it. So people don't have to come and ask if a man having passport. We only talk, Marins, you have given me a new lease on life. We only talk to man who have them passport. And this youngster has his passport, 19 years old. You won a penalty recently. Against which team were you playing?
Oh yeah, against Everton. So it wasn't the last game versus Everton. It was the game before that. So I think it was about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I won the penalty.
Listen, Brandon, man, I really appreciate you coming on and doing this. So hope we will link up. I hope I get to see you in one of our squads in very short order, so you can display your skills and talent. I know that would be a big deal for you and your family, and it can be an inspiration to other young men who have Jamaican heritage. That listen, if Brandon did it, I can do it. Just know that you're going to have to learn a song, because one of the initiation thing when you get into the Jamaica camp is that you're probably going to have to do a song. That's
I've heard
one.
of that.
And just know that Jamaicans are going to call you box cover, pot cover, or something.
You will get a nickname.
They will give you a nickname, and it could be pot cover, it could be box cover, it could be something, but they're going to give you.
No problem.
Yeah, but also just, I mean, there are so many fans you'd have won over just by being on the platform and talking about your desire to represent Jamaica and getting your passport and things. But what is there anything that you want to? As Demo is saying, Brandon, go talk to Gray.
No,
I don't know what Gray is talking about.
Gray Demo talking about. Anything you want to say to the fans, the ultras, the ladies? You have the ladies here going wild as ensuring improvement.
Yes.
Anything you want to say to the fans of Jamaica?
Before you do that, just let you know that you're probably are already being bombarded on Instagram. So you'll see all of these people with Jamaican flags flooding you. So if you had like a million followers, you're probably going to have a next 5,000, because they're going to flood your Instagram Handle.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah,
have
I can
some
see
very
already.
incognito name that they can't find out. But if it is Brandon Uncover or anything like that, they are going to find you. So look out for that as well. Your fan base, in terms of Jamaican, one called Demo, I can tell you he's probably there already. Fresh God is probably there already. I can tell you some of them. See, they're asking for your IG handle
What's
already.
the
You
IG name?
understand?
You're part of the
Uh,
family.
Brandon.Cover 62. I think they've all got it because they're all following me right now. So I can see it popping
You
up.
follow me.
So yeah, I can see it now. They
Yes,
found it.
yes, they followed you already.
Yeah, they are. I was speaking.
There you go. They are going to find you. But what do you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, just that I'm so proud to be representing Jamaica, and hopefully I can represent them at some up and coming tournaments, games, etc., stuff like that. But yeah, I'm ready just to give it all for the country, and I'm ready to die for the badge.
And if you could
Yeah.
say one thing to Coach Halgrimson, who is our new coach from Switzerland, who's been here, if there's one thing you could say to Coach Halgrimson, our senior men's coach, about Brandon Cover, to put you, and if you had the opportunity to say it, what's the one thing you would say to Coach Harmir Halgrimson?
The one thing I'd say to him is, oh, that's a good one. Probably just like I'm ready to represent Jamaica, and hopefully he can pick me in the squad, and I'm in the future plans.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, Brandon, you just came home from training. We want to thank you for stopping by and talking to us. Really much appreciated. Sooner than later, we will probably meet and see each other. Let's see. But we are so delighted that you have opted to represent the country of your heritage, Jamaica, that your family is 100% behind this, that you are excited, you're ready to die for the badge. You understand me? We are so excited about that, and that you chose to do this at this age while you're at Leicester. No one can say, "Oh, he's at the back end of his career." You're heading into your prime, and so that is tremendous. We're looking forward to you wearing the black, green, and the gold. Yeah, yeah. And somebody saying that they probably know your family because they went
That's
to school.
up there in 9 miles. Bob Marley. He's from where Bob
Oh,
Marley
I
from the
know you.
story. You
I
know
I
him.
you know what? I know Mr. Cover.
Yes, you do. And
Hold
he
on.
knows you.
Huh?
Yes, he knows you.
Mr. Cover knows me.
Yes. That you know something I work behind the scene.
Mr.
Nine
Cover
miles,
is, hold
Stepney.
on.
The whole
Yeah,
Stepney,
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
nine
yeah, yeah.
miles, the
No,
whole
no.
Calderwood. On a big up on
Hold on.
yourself.
Hold
When
on.
the
Hold on.
sun
No.
is coming
No, no.
home.
No. Brandon. If
Yeah.
Mr. Cover, right, would be he's a grandfather? He's alive?
No, he's not
No,
alive. No.
it's the grand uncle, you know.
Your grand uncle.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I
Yeah.
know Mr. Cover because he's married to this white lady. They have a house in a place called Elsam
Yep.
Yeah.
in Saint Anne. So they are my family.
Oh, is
I'm
it?
mar- I'm
So the
married. Hold on, I am married to his family.
So
Oh wow,
therefore,
that's
like how
crazy.
I used to go about Ant the Grand,
That's
hope
crazy.
you people give Mannings man a hard time. But there you go. Thank you,
Listen,
Brandon.
I can't believe it. I can't believe this. Look at that.
Six
All
foot
right.
one.
The Liverpool people are saying you should come to Liverpool, but Brandon, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
It's
Diva from
nice speaking
Liverpool
to
is
you
saying
both.
that.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
conversation. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Respect you.
Blessings, Brandon.
All right, catch you there. All right, bye.
Respect you,
All right.
man.
Bye bye.
Respect.
Yeah. All right. There
So,
you go, people.
so,
Well, I
so
don't. Yeah.
I want to say something. Um, what we have here is a proud moment. I'm not going to spoil it by a one and two man, but there'll be another time when I'm going to tell someone my mind, becoming a textile. This here is a lot of hard, painful work. This is a
Cataract. Why you don't
second,
put the thing on
this is
private so you
this is a
don't see the comments?
no, this is a second generation Jamaican. He told you what happened and how he has come here. He chose Jamaica over England, and some man come in them little petty business, brother. But we'll deal with it next time because this is a proud moment. So man is, but I don't want to let out the whole and push them out of the bag, you know. But We don't say even the elder up in our hills that it say him know you. You understand? But you know what I mean? We went through this the hard way. But to me, the most important thing that the man said, I know you're still in shock. The most
You can't
important
believe it.
thing the youth said, he is
He's
ready
19 person,
at
19 years
age
old.
19 to die for the Jamaican flag. That's the most important thing he said to me. And he's never said that before.
Yeah. But I think this is good. I think this is very
Man, is speechless.
no, just whatever probably send me medication. But
Big up real SEO.
I am glad that I think and he expressed himself quite well, so that is good. Yeah, but I mean, this is now one other name we can add to the list of players. So this is now Brandon Cover, because we still have not decided, so people. So here it is now. We have Ice in the building. Ice, your background sound.
It's not the sound of Jamaicans screaming.
Yeah.
Please don't send me back a yard.
So we have Devon Williams, Kevin Lambert, Delano Splat, Dante Casanova, Kira Anderson, Brandon Cover, Anthony Grant, and John Russell. Cataract, you want us to end this part by you. Dre, I don't know if you want to say something when you stop driving, take it off mute and you can go ahead. But in the meantime, Cataract, can we look at the stats to see in terms of stats?
Yeah,
Which one
I'm
of these?
happy to give you a statistical look, but I would only give Dre if Dre wants to come in, because they've been hearing from us.
Not yet. The background nice.
Yeah, he's saying the background nice. All right, Dre, totally understand. So
the paddy wagon
that
is full.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 options to choose 2 from.
Right. And I would say to you that
do you select more than 2 CDMs for a tournament like the Gold Cup?
No.
Okay.
I would say to you that there's a saying in England that nothing is like a London bus. You stand around waiting for one and then 3 come the same time.
Yeah.
Nothing like a robot taxi. You stand up there, wait, and then you see 4 of them jostle each other to come. So we've been waiting for CDMs, and then they're just coming out of our ears. You know what I mean? It's a deep pool, and I think the pool will have to be split between the CAC games and the Gold Cup. Right? That's Brandon Ashley Cover of Leicester City, central defensive midfield.
But you know what I'm wondering though, because on Monday I was reading something, and the submission of names for the CAC games, should have happened from the 25th, which means the deadline gone, unless Jamaica got extension, but the deadline passed from the 25th. That was the extended deadline for the submission of names for the CAC game. And this is the extended one, is the 25th. Now, if you read the thing from the CAC games, but you could also write and get an extension.
Okay.
So I don't know if Jamaica has done that, but if they have written to get an extension, then the possibility exists that they get an extended time. But the names should have been sent in by the 25th of April, which is a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So I don't know and I think that may have been why John Wall was here doing a camp a couple. You understand me? I don't know if that was the case. So I can't speak to it, but I know the deadline, they extended like the other, a deadline, then they extended it. The extended one was the 25th. Unless you can write. So I don't know how that worked out. Yeah.
Right. So where we are now, so if he's can't be in the CAC, then I would certainly have him around the Gold Cup squad. Right? And a player like this, for me, and I'm not telling Coach Hargreaves what to do. I have my trust in the coach that he will pick. We have to cap them early, and cap them soon. And don't let them lose that passion that they have for representing Jamaica after a difficult choice. You know what I mean? Kevin Williams is correct. He's a 6 that also plays 8. He's been brought back to play the 6 role this season, which is why he has not scored as many goals as he did in the last season. Right? He used to be a box-to-box central.
Technically, he says that England calls him 4 and 8. So he says
8,
he plays the 4 and the 8.
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So what I would say is this. Let us look at what is there. It's a surprising statistic that I have. So we have John Russell at Barnsley. We have Anthony Grant at Crawley Town. And we have Jordan Cousins at Wigan Athletic in the Championship.
Yeah, Jordan Cousins is injured though.
But he's injured. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So he's out.
I would still want to look at the statistic just to give us some comparative things.
All right, go ahead to the stats.
So John Russell has played 12 games, 345 minutes, and started 3 of those 12 games. And of the 3 games that he has started, he has been substituted in all 3 games. Anthony Grant has played 10 games this season for Crawley Town in League 2, 305 minutes, right? Oh, you can hear a slam, the breeze is blowing. He has started 2 of those 10 games, and when he has started, he has not been substituted. So, in terms of their minutes, which you like to measure Mannings, both Grant and Russell are in and around the same. You just said Russell has played 45 minutes, which is 1/2 more than Grant. But if you remember that Grant only got signed as a free agent in the end of March. In terms of that, ball recoveries, 30 for John Russell, 23 for Anthony Grant, but bearing in mind the games. Lost possession, both the same, 48 times they've lost possession, and in and around the same thing. Chances, no goals, no assists. Chances created, 1 each. Passes attempted, 152 passes, even though he has played 2 more games. Russell, Grant has attempted 149 passes. Their passing accuracy is exactly the same, 75% passing accuracy. Long passes attempted, 10 for John Russell, 15 for Anthony Grant. Long pass accuracy, 50% for Russell, 53% for Anthony Grant. They're not attempting any crosses, either of them, not attempting any through balls. Successful layoffs. Anthony Grant has had 1 successful layoff. John Russell hasn't had any. But when you break down their passing, and I'm just going to show you that we're seeing players at similar level. 59 passes completed in the opposition half. Anthony Grant, 47 passes completed in the opposition half. So both have been playing, not just sitting in front of the defense as they usually do. So Grant this season at Crawley Town hasn't just been sitting as a pedestrian or as a wheelchair man, as some man did like to say, in front of the central defense. He has been significant time in the opposition half. 51 forward passes by John Russell, 56 forward passes by Anthony Grant. He has passed the ball forward more. Back passes, 35 back passes by John Russell, 30 passes by Anthony Grant have been back passes. So Anthony Grant, for every 2 forward passes he makes 1 back pass, which has been the big difference in his game this season. Sideway passes, 66 sideway passes for Russell, 63 for Grant. Right-sided passes, 35 for Grant, 34 for Russell. Left-sided passes, 32 for Russell. Left-sided passes, 32 for Grant. When you look at short passes, Manning's man, 103 short passes completed for Anthony Grant, 109 short passes completed for John Russell. Unsuccessful, Anthony Grant has had less unsuccessful passes, 31 to John Russell's 33. and that's where passing. So we're seeing that they're equally adept at passing. You're talking within the margin of errors. We're talking there. So if we come now to the defensive side of the game, duels, and this is where the big difference is. In terms of duels contested in the middle of the park, Anthony Grant has contested 53 duels in 10 games. John Russell has contested 34 duels in 12 games. Way less than Grant. He's not as combative. He's won 9 tackles to Grant's 5. Anthony Grant has only conceded 3 fouls in his 53 duels, in his tackles. John Russell has conceded 5 fouls. Anthony Grant has made 1 last man tackle. That's a goal-saving tackle. None for John Russell. In terms of take-ons, that is when you take on a play and beat them. 1 successful take-on for John Russell. Anthony Grant has had 3 successful take-ons. And his take-on percentage is 3 times that of Russell. 66% of the time he takes on an opponent, he goes past that opponent, which is surprising considering people say his age and he's done for. In terms of fouls won, Anthony Grant won 9 fouls in 10 games. That means he's winning about 1 foul per game. John Russell has only won 4 fouls in his 12 games. And in terms of this part, you'll find that it is in this part that Grant, you'll see, is the more superior player in the defensive side. Fouls conceded 5 by Anthony Grant.
Just hold on, Keterak. You can just mute call until Keterak is finished. I'll take the call. So you can just mute because I'm hearing a lot of noise in the background.
What to say?
Can you mute the call because all the noise coming through until Keterak is finished? There you go. All right, continue, Keterak.
Okay.
Right. 5 fouls conceded for Anthony Grant all season. 7 fouls conceded by Jonathan Russell. Aerial duels. Anthony Grant has won 21 aerial duels in 10 matches. You're hearing the noise, man.
Yeah, I will call him back when I'm finished. Go ahead.
Right. Anthony Grant has won 21 aerial duels. He's contested 112, 57% success. Jonathan Russell has contested only 7 aerial duels, 1-3 at 42%. So even though Russell is markedly taller than Anthony Grant, he's less successful at aerial duels. Grant's vertical leap is pretty much that of like Adrian Mariappa, which is why for times he has been, even though they're not over 6 foot, they win. Yeah. Ground duels, 32 ground duels contested by Grant versus 27 by John Russell. 14 won by John Russell, 16 by Grant. Both of them are at 50% success rate. So 1 in 2 ground duels, they win. Last couple of stats. 8 clearances for John Russell for the season. 7 clearances for Anthony Grant. 8 interceptions for John Russell. 4 interceptions for Anthony Grant. No blocks for John Russell. 2 blocks for Anthony Grant. And John Russell has not kept a clean sheet this season in any of the games he has played. Anthony Grant has kept 1 clean sheet. And when they've been on the field, in the 12 games, 5 goals have been conceded for Grant. 5 goals have been conceded for Russell. The same.
All right. All right. Thank you, Keterak. All right.
In terms of cards, none have received any yellow cards. Sorry, none have received any red cards. Anthony Grant has gotten 1 yellow card in 10 games, and Russell has gotten 2 in 12 games.
All right. So hold on.
Stats.
All right. So I'm going to put my because stats are important, but there are other intangibles that must be weighed in the balance as well. So we're going to get to that. But let me just take the caller, and then I don't know if Dre has anything to say. If he seems like he's still in the noise, so let's see if we can. Yeah.
Still collecting.
Yeah. All right. So Listen, and I also want to thank you for presenting, because that is the stats. The stats are the stats. All right?
Blessings.
Yeah, man. RDN, you again. Welcome. RDN, you have the noise in the
Yeah, man.
background. Go ahead. Yeah, man.
I know, man. Me say size I'll call me that if I think, you know, so I work me this.
Okay, so go ahead now.
Yeah. So, man. Hear me I say. Me respect Anthony Grant, because one of the best CDMs Jamaica ever having a little short time. And I like one of the best me see. But why we are good at road? We don't know say he's not gonna make the squad. I thought you people were talking about people that will make the Gold Cup squad.
Yeah, but what we do, we laying out all the options, and then we laying out, because if remember now, RDN, you have your two, we are going to select Cataract has his two, so we just, and him doing it based on stats, so we're giving him a chance to name out his two. You understand me? But when the cookie crumble, we can give who you and I can give who we want to give. You understand me? You and I have our opinion and those things, but that does not mean that I can't. Yeah. Yeah, so you just go ahead and tell me, because why would you pick who you would pick, or why wouldn't you pick?
With all these cats, them.
And RDN, something. Yeah, I didn't hear what you just say. You're breaking up. RDN. Yeah, hello. RDN.
Yes, a man's gonna blame Grant because his Wi-Fi went out. But I want to answer the question that he posed.
Cataract, just hold on.
Oh, sorry. I thought Cataract, we were.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Cataract, hold on. Yeah, RDN. Yeah, RDN, go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Just wanna break up. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We are hearing you. Yeah, we are hearing you.
Hello.
All right, I think RDN, I don't know what is going on with RDN. Oh, jeez. RDN, you have got to try and call back. I don't know what is going on with your phone, bro. You normally have good reception. All right, so let me get back to this now. So while I agree, because remember, people, all you have to do is you name the two midfielders CDMs that you would choose. Just do that. Cataract is just presenting the stats. He may feel like Anthony Grant stands a chance, and I differ. Because one of the things with the stats, and the stats are the stats, but you have to look at level of competition. All right, why am I saying this? If one is playing in League One, which I believe John Russell plays in League One, and Grant recently signed to Crawley in League Two, they are playing two different levels of competition. I believe League One is more competitive than League Two, right? In terms of matchups and who you would play. Therefore, though the person in League Two may have some advantages, you also have to look at, or some, if may have 2% here higher or 3% here higher. If it is not far and apart, then you have to give the edge to the person who is playing in the more competitive league. So given how close the stats are, because the truth is, both of them are very close, It's not like you can say, whoa, this man is leaps and bounds above the other. So in that case now, Cataract, do we choose the one who is playing in the more competitive league? And that is the question that must be answered. Where the stats are close, you use the one playing in the higher level league. What say you about that?
Okay. So, just to state the obvious, John Russell is playing for Barnsley in League One, which is a higher league than League Two. It's the league that Grant just came out of 1 year ago. But there is an aspect in the statistics that I would like us to zero in on, because I don't think it's one or the other. If I were selecting two CDMs to go to the Gold Cup, I would think that both having been raised in the Chelsea system, I think they would complement each other as a double pivot. Russell being younger, supposedly being able to. There are other statistics that I could pull out about distance covered, etc. But people seem to be getting bored about that and the statistics, because some people claim that they want the stats. Some people claim that they want the stats. Hold on, now. Some people claim that they want the stats, but when you begin going, all right, go ahead, my brother.
No man, Cataract. We you know that when you're doing the stats, I tried not to interrupt you. All I want us to do is let us not pay attention to all the comments if you and I are having a conversation and be let's just focus on discussing the stats and the information instead of contending, because I don't want us to be derailed and go down different rabbit holes.
I wasn't aware that I was being derailed. I was responding to your commentary, sir.
No,
I
but you
wasn't
said some
responding to any
people.
comment.
You started saying some people ask us stats and when. That's why I stopped you,
No,
because
I'm saying overall, that when we are giving statistics, people say they want statistics, but statistics like mathematics can be boring for many people, right? But within the statistics, you have to then have the analysis of the statistics, of which Manning's man is correct. How do you weigh up the stats when two players are in two leagues? The same question could be asked: how do you weigh up a stats when a player is in the JPL and then you're saying that he's better, weighing him up against a player in the Premier League? But I'm saying that overall, and that's clear, passing statistics are passing statistics. With whatever league you play, if you're a careful pass of the ball, you're just a careful pass of the ball. But there's an
no
area
Cataract.
here. Pardon me?
No, I can't agree. I can't agree with that as a
Okay,
footballer.
I'll yield and hear you.
Passing accuracy in the low pressure JPL. I believe that Ravel Morrison's passing accuracy in the JPL would be higher than him playing in MLS, because the pace of the game, the competitiveness of the game, the quality of the opponent will make passing way more difficult. So his passing in the MLS, as an example, may be at 50%. In the JPL, it may be at 80%, because it's a high quality player. So we can't. It's very. All I'm saying that it's very difficult to wait at that. But let me just add to this. Also, you must bear in mind, if you watch because you talked about a double pivot. I'm saying this to you because I want us to remember that how we have seen the team play under this coach is with one CDM. One. Even if it means playing Ravel and Bobby Reed and they're interchanging, but he doesn't play a double pivot. Therefore, the option has to be one of them starting and then one coming off the bench. Now, if we believe that John Russell is the one to start, do you want to have an Anthony Grant coming off the bench or one of your younger players coming off the bench?
So,
Or are you suggesting that Anthony Grant start and John Russell comes off the bench? So how
no.
would you do that? That's all I'm asking for
Okay.
you to, yeah.
But you have a favorite saying which says, all I'm asking, but you never allow me to answer. So I'm going to
Go ahead
move
and
on
answer,
from
sir.
the question that you asked before, which you never allowed me to finish, which I was saying that I would select both players. They would be in my 25 or 20 man squad, and then the coach look his eye over. So we're at a point where at different stages of the game of their careers, one is a younger player at the starting of his pro career, senior career, and one is a mature player at the towards the ending of his career, right? In my view, stats shouldn't really be matching up. I don't have a problem with John Russell. John Russell came through the Chelsea system. roles change. And where I would disagree with you, Mannings, is that then you have to look at those stats. What were the kind of players? So the stats achieved by Russell was in a team that was in the mid-league, mid-table, not really under any pressure. Grant's stats were in a relegation dogfight where Crawley was fighting for its life. What does he come there to do? Is precisely the role that you spoke of. The majority of the times, he came on in the last 20, 30 minutes to close out a game and secure a result. And
yeah, hold on, Fowler. Let Ketterock finish. Go ahead, Ketterock.
I believe that that is the role that I would see for him. So when the result is 0-0, the instruction was come on and keep a clean sheet. Do not have them score, and you would see that in the clean sheet numbers. If they were leading, don't let a goal be conceded, and you could see that in the small number of goals conceded, because that is what they were looking for. They were scrapping for points, and he was brought into the club under a manager he had played with before at Swindon, in order for someone who believed that here is a player who is disciplined, who can see out a game and get me a result and get me a point. And I think that that is where he is in his career. So if you're asking me and we're playing with a single CDM, at this point in time, I would start John Russell at this point in time. And I've not seen John Russell play over 90 minutes. He's only played 2 games over. He has not played 90 minutes at all this season. He has not played 90 minutes, period, this season. For the 3 games he has started, he has been substituted. But I am willing to give John Russell the benefit of the doubt as the starter. And if a result needs to be secure, I am happy that Anthony Grant can come on in the 70th minute, the 75th minute, the 80th minute, and close down a result, whether it's we need 1 point to go to over, or we are 1-0 ahead in the semifinals and we need to get to the finals and we don't need a goal conceded. I think he's disciplined and experienced to be able to offer that to Jamaica. I personally, at this stage, unless I see them in a friendly match, would not entrust that to one of the younger CDMs. Like, I wouldn't entrust that to Delano Splat. I don't know if he could withstand that pressure of 10 minutes, do not make the goal concede, protect this football, sit in front of the back line, and ensure that the result against Jamaica v Mexico ends 1-0 Jamaica, so we go to the Gold Cup finals. Over to you.
All right, we have a call online. Ryan, welcome to the show, and then we'll hear from Dre. Go ahead. What say you on the discussion we're having? You hear that question, Ketterock?
No, repeat it for me, please. The call is sounding low. So you can repeat the question and I'll answer.
Can Anthony can travel to the United States?
Right now, yes.
So, what happened when he traveled last week?
Like, seriously? No,
So,
I wouldn't.
basically,
That to be clear. So I am saying, hold on, let me answer. There was a time when he could not.
So everything is good now. So I go to the statement.
Yes, and if we just take there's a thing called statute of limitations. All right.
So the answer, Ryan, he's saying that yes, he can go now.
Okay.
Ketterock is saying, yeah.
Okay. Oh, Anthony again.
He's what, 34 or 35?
That's on Google. I'm not sure the question. That's
No, he's asking the age, Ketterock, so I'm just trying to help him. What is Anthony Grant's age? Yeah, but
34, 35.
I think he's 34 or 35, right? That's not hard. But you have the stats right there, Ketterock. It's right in front of you. Wouldn't it be? Any stats you should have is
These are game stats. These are not. I'm not
oh.
looking at
All right, so let me give you his age. Don't
transfer.
worry. He's born in 1987.
35.
Yeah.
Fresh God has given us that. So 35.
Yeah.
Well, if you can travel, man, I will take him.
If he can travel, you take him.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Okay. You take him, and who would you take? Who would you take with him, or who would you take him with? Because it's two CDMs.
Yeah, I will take Russell. The two of them.
Okay.
Rather
Okay.
than mix.
Okay. So if he can travel, you'd go Anthony Grant and Russell. You wouldn't take any of the young players, the one that we just interview, or you wouldn't take Delano Splat or Casanova or Kirai Anderson.
Yeah, I will take Anthony Grant because what I know of young player, you going to get option. You don't know what you're going to get. You're doing a tournament.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's actually going to
that
be 36, Ryan. So on the 4th of June, he turns 36.
36.
Yeah.
No, minute, if my turn 36, if you want to turn 36, unless you
I'm
say
just asking a question though. How old is Thiago Silva?
no, at them on that they are different.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm just
Thir- 38.
Well, in my 38, well, money, minute two, we should be on to the ground, but we might be great. I tell you honestly.
Okay.
Even at the World Cup, even at the World Cup qualifier, Anthony Grant can't leave the room. And let's see, with an experience still, I don't know, man. I have to think about the Monday. Still, I think in my phone.
All right. All right.
You have
All right.
to think about that one.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about that. Let me hear from yeah, man. Respect LFC. Yeah, Dre. What say you know? Who would be your two CDMs?
First of all, big up everybody in the comment section. Big up everybody on the chat. Big up everybody who was present during my TikTok live the other night. Thanks for the full support. Big up on yourself. Much love, much respect. All right. So also huge congratulations to Brandon Cover and Cataract. You at it again. You grant us another one. This time a younger gem.
Wait. What you have to say, Dre? What you have to say, grant us?
But yeah, man, so still. Cataract bring this player to my attention about a month ago. And I trust his recruitment. And I started watching this player. And there's a starlet that England is going crazy over. A player, Braden Rodney. I think that's his name. Plays for Crystal Palace. 18 years old, playing the same age group as Brandon Cover. Caden Rodney. He's also eligible for us, but I'm not sure how that process is going. But I saw him play against Caden Rodney, and I'm telling you, Brandon Cover was the more dominant player up against Rodney. And Rodney is a player that has also made his debut for Crystal Palace first team. So that's the hype surrounding this player. And I saw Cover did cover his position well up against Rodney. Outperformed him.
Dre, they're asking you to set your camera properly.
Them tired of see the fence. Them don't want to see the fence. Them want to them might get nervous.
Oh, it's there, brother.
Them might get nervous. All right, see you there.
People asking for any of them family in the back.
It's worse though. Because now we only see the head up.
Because them want to see the fence.
They want to see the people in the back.
Right,
go to the business.
They're missing some family members, so they want. So I'm saying everything good, man. Everything good. But yeah. So Brandon Cover would be my second option if Anthony Grant isn't called for this Gold Cup here. If
No,
the
no.
CSC
You can't do that though, Dre. So you are going. Who are you picking first? Don't tell me if the person is not called. Who are your two choices? First choices,
John Russell,
and the second choice is.
Anthony Grant.
So given what, given what you just said about Cover, you're picking Anthony Grant over him. On what merits?
Because of the role that he would be playing, right? Grant would be coming. All right, so Russell would be starting pretty much every game as long as he's healthy and fit, not injured. The 30-man squad, because there would be a provisional, I would have Cover as my provisional third choice CDM. Now, if for any instance Grant get injured, then Cover would come in. But I would bring Grant for the sole fact that Russell would start. Grant would come in when Russell winded about the 75th minute just to secure if we have a clean sheet or a lead or a draw, whatever, not to concede a goal because of this defensive attributes.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I
Dre,
would have Grant come in.
are you though selecting a squad, right, and preparing for something that you don't know is going to happen, right? In other words, you're picking because if you don't see the person as, listen, you can start, you can come in and you can run my game. Why are you going to include them when remember we have also played, like I said, differently with Bobby Reed, with Daniel Johnson or Ravel playing deep. And remember it was Russell who actually came on. So I don't get the impression like um if we take off Russell as an example, that would go for a defensive option. I think like the whole Bobby Reed, Ravel Morrison, right? And so I don't know if because how then does it benefit Splat or Cover or Rodney to be in a 30-man provisional squad if we are saying that these are the young players who are going to be a part of the World Cup campaign? Why not have them in the 23 and then have Grant, just a thought, in the provisional 30, seeing that we are thinking about changing the age group of the team? Or we are saying that, listen, like somebody just said, Achibo Hutchinson is 39 years old and he's still playing for Canada. It don't matter if Haka is playing football and he's 39, and if Grant is playing football and he's 30. Mariappa is still playing. Mariappa should be in it. Do we go back to that age group? Do we go back and say, listen, these guys are still 36, 37. Michael Hector, these guys are playing and they're playing well. They are in their 30s. Let's call them. How do you know determine transition in the team? So those are
Well,
questions
well,
persons are asking.
all right, so we going to the Gold Cup, in my opinion, to win the Gold Cup. We're not going to Gold Cup, go build a team going to 2026. Because we still have time after that to integrate these other players. We got tons of matches coming this year and next year. We have plenty of time. We got FIFA windows coming up after the Gold Cup for the rest of the year to work on that aspect of the team, building going forward. Especially if the CAC thing goes through, I expect to see the Casanova, the Cover, the Anderson, it being a part of the CAC Splat, being a part of the CAC plans. Probably that would be the four central midfielders going into the CAC if this does go through. Along with Joshua Anglin, of course, he's 23 years old, so he still have time. Still have plenty of time for him. But otherwise, from that, I'm going to the Gold Cup to win. No.
So why
So
not?
that's
Why
the
not
reason
include?
why.
So why were you objecting to Mariappa because of his age yesterday? Come into your cataract. Why isn't Mariappa in the squad?
Because it wasn't an age thing with Mariappa. Why I said that? I said better player on that position where Mariappa play. That's why I picked my
I'm just
defense
saying,
right across.
who would you trust to come in at right back or centre back in the same situation that you used for Grant?
Uh-huh.
Who do you trust to come in? A Dexter? Hold on, a Dexter or a Mariappa when we're up by 1 and we need to hold out for the next 10 minutes? Who do you trust more, Mariappa or Dexter?
Dexter can come, then can be the starter, but Mariappa would come off the bench. But Mariappa not in my right back. I have Latiba there.
All right. So let me ask you this. So who do you
Yeah.
trust? You're trusting Latiba there over Mariappa
Yeah.
in the 10 minutes. And at all your centre backs, you're trusting those centre backs to come in. Remember, so Pinnock goes out, you're trusting your other centre back to come in and do the job, because all you're looking for is somebody who Jamaica is up by 1, they need to see out the game, who can come in and hold out for 10 or 15 minutes. You're saying that you have other options who are better than him who can come in and do that. It's not his age.
No,
Okay.
that's not what I'm talking about. Mariappa. Mariappa, that case. Mariappa different. Mariappa would actually be probably like my 6th choice at centre back for coming, and third choice at right back for coming, because I expect Bernard to be there, a part of the squad. I expect Latiba there to be part of the squad. Pinnock, King, Law, then Mariappa would fall down the line. So it's not about that where Grant is concerned.
Okay, so let me get this. Cataract, just hold on a minute. A long time, Dre. Me and Dre just start, no man. A long time him not. A long time the man not talk Cataract. The man dey on the thing long time. Just hold on, no man. All right. So what I'm trying to get is, and you have answered it, is that the Mariappa, the exclusion of Mariappa, from your perspective, is not about his age, is about his quality and the players he's up against. Your inclusion of Grant is that you believe that Grant is the second best CDM option we have overall. He's better than all the other options we have. So he should be, so the best option is Russell, and the second best option, a CDM we have overall, is Grant, and that is your premise for including him
In the Gold Cup squad.
in the
Gold Cup squad. Yes.
Then because my question to you now is, if he is our best option, we cannot. Why would we not have him for the World Cup?
Because the aim going forward is to build for 2026. We're going to the Gold Cup, as according to what I've been hearing, we're going to the Gold Cup to not only make a presence and say, yeah, we're at the Gold Cup, we're building, we're looking at players and stuff.
We're going into the World Cup camp. What I'm saying though is that in the same way, we're going into the World Cup campaign to win it. So why wouldn't you, if he is the second best CDM you have, why wouldn't you start your World Cup campaign with him?
Because of the age group that they're looking at for that World Cup 2026. There's a cutoff age that they're looking at. But I would play him. I would play him in qualifiers.
Why? Because the coach has not said that he has a cutoff age for his qualifiers.
I thought he was building for a certain age, and Mr. Speed came on the program and said a couple times too, like there's an age group.
No. All right, I think we missed it. All right, Cataract. Let me just Cataract. Let me say Cataract. Listen, on the show, when just listen, Cataract. Sometimes you say a lot when you say nothing. So just listen.
May I deal with outside? You said to me you want to speak to Dre. May I deal with outside?
All right, go ahead, Cataract. Seen that. Cataract. Oh, where's him gone? Okay, so I'm gone.
No, yeah. Bridget, no, I said I was dealing with somebody outside. So, you said the thing. So, because somebody that talked to the body, I deal with the spray me treat them.
Okay, so you have nothing to say then. You were just talking to
I had something to say about something earlier.
All right, go ahead.
Right. And I wasn't trying to cut my good friend Section 115 Ultras out of the conversation. I had something to say earlier. Mm-hmm. I believe we're looking, first of all, when you're trying to get an average age, you will have players who are over that age, and you will have players who are younger than that age. That's how come you come up with an average age. So it's not that everybody has to be aged 24 or 25 or 26. You'll have some man at 29, some man at 19, some man 18, some at 35, and you will get the average.
All right, hold on. Persons, when you're calling, right, and I answer it, you have to find a way to mute the sound in the background. All right. Go ahead, Keter, because we have too
Right.
much sound in the background and it causes confusion. So please, if you can, just mute your background sound when you're calling. All right. Go ahead, Keter.
Good.
Finish up what you said.
So the average is not about players at all at the same age group. Some players will be up in age, some players will be youngsters.
Yeah,
And you get
Marlins.
Just hold on a second till Keter is
so
finished.
that was my first point I wanted to make. The other point I wanted to say, what I think Dre was saying, is that look, in the center back position, the quality of the options are greater than we have at CDM. We have found one player who played 30 minutes of a game and had an above average showing to us, right? And we would like to see him back again. That's the second thing. But it still doesn't leave the fact that we have gone through 11. Russell was our 12th choice or 13th choice rather. So therefore, I think in the situation with Grant is that there just not is that depth in number of senior experienced CDMs. And the last point I'd want to make is
Leader, you have the background, the sound in the background and the echo. It's confusing.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
so when we had a debate earlier this week or last week when we spoke about having the friendly matches in Europe, I think that Grant would be a beneficiary of this because the coach would get to see if he can fit in. All of Jamaica would get to see if he is able to fit into this system before the Gold Cup. So it's not that a man is coming and directly going in the Gold Cup. They are preparatory matches, friendly games leading up to the goal. Leading up to what's the leader do it? May I get some?
No matter you tell the people. Go ahead. Just finish up what you're saying.
Right, preparatory games leading up to. So I think that one of the beneficiaries of this would be Grant in Europe. It's not really costing us nothing, as we point out, especially if the games are in England. You'd be able to see him operate alongside John Russell, see if this works magic, see if it doesn't work, see if he's up to the thing. But I think that if earlier in this season, when you asked me, I said to you, no, I would not select Grant for Nation League because he was not playing at a club. He went, he got himself, kept training, got himself a club, got himself an important role, and has played. He has gotten in 10 games, he has won man of the match twice, right? In a team of the week once. And I'm not talking about the team of the week, the Pansofa score. I'm talking about the team of the week that's selected once. And so I think that merits a consideration. It doesn't merit him an automatic march into the team in the CDM position. But I think his cross purpose is there. And the preparatory games are there for a reason. I'll allow you to speak to the caller.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is that on the platform, not because you make a point, that means question cannot be asked. At no point did I say that Grant should not be considered. I asked Dre a line of question, and at the end of the line of question with Dre, the conclusion was he's not selecting Grant based on his age, but because he believes of all the CDM options we have, Anthony Grant is the second best option. When it comes on to Mariappa, who is also an older player, he would not select Mariappa. It has nothing to do with his age. It has to do with the quality of the defenders. He went as far as saying that he is his sixth option as a defender. Sometimes what happens with our dialogue is that because we have an opinion, if somebody raises their opinion, it comes across like they are in contention with our opinion. There is no argument, You are selecting who you want. You said you believe, whether you want to come by it on merit or by whatever reason or stats, that's what you want. In the same way, persons in the comment section has a right to say they don't want that player, they want somebody else. And that is okay. That's what we're doing because we don't get to select the squad. I just want all of us to know that because some people don't think he should be anywhere near the team, and that's fine. You think differently. And players know that. Players know that not everyone want them around. Even there are players at Chelsea that some people say no, some people will say yes to. All right. We have leader online. Welcome to the show, Mr. Maxwell, Mr.
Yeah, man.
President, Mr.
Hi to all
Leader,
of the guests.
Mr. Follower, Mr.
Cataract,
Agent.
everybody. Okay, quickly. It's just I hear we're taking a lot of time on one player. I thought we were going to be hearing about a lot more about the other options. I heard Ian Campbell mention somebody in the chat that wow, I didn't even know that this guy was eligible. But look here, let's look at the facts. We are going into the Gold Cup. The Gold Cup, they're going to be playing approximately at least 6 matches in 3 weeks. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, man is one.
They have 3 games. There are 3 guaranteed
They have
games.
3 confirmed. They have
Yeah.
3 confirmed, but we are looking to go. We are expecting the team that they should go at least. We're planning to go to the finals.
Jamaica has 3 confirmed games in the Gold Cup.
3 confirmed games.
Maximum of 7 games. Round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. Or a third place match. So maximum of 7, minimum of 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at a number of matches for that period there. Right? Okay. Just I didn't want to really dwell too much on one thing here, but I just wanted to put my little part in here.
Yeah, and just for
right?
clarity, we did give names. We called out players who were injured. We called Speedy, we called Lambert, we called the younger players. We had Kevin. So we have not just been discussing Anthony Grant. All right,
It
for the
seems like
purpose
we're
of
taking a lot of time.
All right,
But anyway,
so when you finish, we're gonna move
okay.
on from there. All right. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say over that period there, I know that we are supposed to be building to look to get the squad ready specifically, not just the Nations League is also going to be later this year, right? There's a number of matches. We are going to be having, hopefully if we do well in that, we will have the Copa America, right? Also next year. But most importantly is the World Cup qualifiers start next year. So we need to get the squad right now. One of the best chances we have to have at least some of the younger players. We know that we're not going to be putting many, but to get some cohesion, one of the best chances we're going to have is the Gold Cup and then the Copa America. The Copa America should be fine-tuning because when we have the individual Nations League matches, there is no room in any of those matches to take chances. I would call Anthony Grant for possibly some of those Nations League because those are going to be basically one-off matches. It's different from a tournament situation where you have more time to fiddle around and make changes and give people chances, right? Anthony Grant's a very experienced player. I like how he is, but I think he'd be more valuable to us bringing him in that one-off situation. I'd probably call him to one of the friendlies, and the coach have a look, but I really wouldn't call him for the Gold Cup. I really prefer to have 2 younger players at that role to see how they come into the whole thing. During the other matches that are going to be played later on, which is going the Nations League, which is crucial because that is what is going to qualify us for the Copa America. And we can't play with that. We can have Anthony Grant in that mix. Okay? But moving along,
All right.
what I
So
want
who
to
are
hear,
the 2 players? Who are the 2 players you would select?
I would have gone with Russell, and I had a little quick look at this youngster Anderson, and he caught my eye. I really didn't know that this guy, and when I just you can't look too much at highlights, but he does have create a little buzz, and we need to have somebody, whether it's him, Splat, whoever. I want one of them in there, right? Because they have the time to be around the team, and let's see how it goes. They might not work out, but I need one of them 18, 19, whatever around that range here in there, right?
Okay, so
Because this is
you
the
would go with
best
Anderson.
time.
You'd go with Anderson and John Russell. All right,
Yes.
all right, cool. All right, you're going to make a next
Okay.
point, yeah, man.
Well, basically that's it, because we have to look at the bigger picture, what we're building towards, right?
So
Not a
leader,
one-off thing,
leader
right?
says he's going with Grant and Kira Anderson. All right, Ketarak is going with Russell. Leader going with Russell and Kira Anderson. Ketarak going with Russell and Grant. Dre going with
And cover.
Russell and Grant. No, it's only two. You only get two.
You're telling me what I can get?
No, I am telling
You
you
said
can't.
to build a midfield.
No, Cataract.
Ask me a question. You gave a 23-man squad to build a midfield. Me lost.
We had a discussion earlier, and we said that there are two CDMs that will be selected. That's what we said. Two. We cannot select three. Two
But
CDMs.
you're also aware that there is a position for a CM who can then.
So when we get to CM, you can select the player there, but it's two CDM
Okay.
going. So when we get to the CM, if you want to have him as a central attacking midfielder, you can tell me the two central attacking midfielder you're going to select and count him as one. But it's two CDM going,
Central
not three.
midfielder. CM. You said
Okay.
central attacking midfielder. I'm talking about a CM.
So who are your two CMs, Cataract? So you have two CDMs. Give me your two CMs.
My two CMs
Yeah.
would be Brandon Cover and I would leave the extra space on that roster because I believe between the three players, you and those who are at CAM, there's enough versatile
No.
players.
All right.
So the three players that I would have in my central midfield are Anthony Grant, John Russell, and Brandon Cover.
Cataract. Yesterday, on Monday when we did the team, we did two right backs, two left back, two persons at
Lewis Baker.
right centre back.
Lewis Baker would be my second.
Two persons at left centre back. All right.
So Lewis Baker would be my second CD.
So hold on. So your midfield so far, you're bringing Grant. Hold on, leader, coming to you. Grant, Russell, Baker,
and Cover.
All right. Then we need two attacking or CAM central attacking midfielders. Let's just
hold on there. Hold on the mannings, man.
No, let Cataract, hold on, Dre. Let Cataract just go through so we can and then get back to it. I just want him to go through his thing.
I was not told today that we were dealing with CAMs. I thought we were dealing with the central midfield.
I said, and somebody said CDMs. And then you have gone further than the CDM. So I'm asking you to name the rest of the midfield. Because the thing says available CDMs.
Okay, sir.
And I send you a message, and the message says, get the stats on the CDMs.
Yes. And I got the stats on the CDM.
Right. Good. So I ask you for two, and you're trying to make it into three. And I said to you, let's stick to the two that you want. And then you brought up Cover in there. Not me, you. So I'm saying, who are the two you're naming for CDM? You say you're bringing Grant and Russell. And we say, okay, let's move on. So Grant and Russell are the two that you're bringing as your CDM.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So when we get, because and then you already select your CMs already, who is Baker and Cover, and then we'll find a way to fit in like the Ravels and the Daniel Johnsons and the Bobby Reed, because remember it's 4-4-2 we're working with. But we go to Dre.
Hold on.
Mm.
Hold on. That does change the game with Cataract does saying, because we talking today about players who are available with passports.
But I said that. So if Cataract give your name, when we get to that person name, he's going to tell us how the person is available.
Hold on.
So
Yeah.
we don't get there yet, Dre. I realize.
Hold on, then. I'm gonna go back into the chat real fast there. All right, big up on yourself. Now go back into the chat there and then me come back on the stream.
All right. So I'm very clear in what I'm saying.
Very clear, buddy. Very clear.
All right. LFC, you're back again. I see. Seeing. All right. So I would go with John Russell as the number one option. All right. Let me see if I can get Dre. People, give me who are the two CDMs you would bring. Ryan, welcome to the show again.
Mannings.
You
Are you
need
hearing
one.
me?
Yeah, man, I hearing you.
Cataract. I want to make sure Cataract can hear me. Or Cataract hearing.
Yeah, man, he's hearing.
All right. Mannings.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Grant, we can just put a red beside Anthony Grant name. Anywhere in the world except United States. Stop. Make we have this conversation. The man cannot go to the United States. Just leave it at that. I don't know why Cataract can make a meal of himself on the show. He cannot. So we'll just cross off that. Money.
I'm going to try to see if I can reach out to the player, like if you'd be available, because
Mannings.
But Cataract.
I just tell you something a while ago.
Okay, all right. I
listen to what me I said to you.
Cataract is Cataract
listen
family.
to what me I said to you.
Okay, all right.
He's not Cataract family bridge. You know, I'm bridging bridge. Man, I Cataract and a family bridge.
Okay.
Mannings. Anthony Grant cannot travel to the state. He can go anywhere in the world, but not the state. So I don't know what Cataract can make a meal of himself on the show with CD. That's why I call and ask him, because I want him to give me clarity. So I'm just going to make a phone call and make the call. We just cross off. We just look somebody else, brother. And then the Cataract, the man can't travel to the state. We'll look on other midfield. All right? Yeah.
All right. All right,
Ryan can cross him off. Because I didn't realize that them are my spokesperson.
People. All right.
Yes, I'm my spokesperson.
All right. But we can't. But so obviously people. Let me just get some more names. All right. So John Russell seemed to be the number one option at CDM. Some persons have said Lambert. Dre got in the comment section. Gonna make problem. That some persons have said Lambert. Yeah. Yeah. So some persons have said, watch it. Hey, people. Yo. People. Yeah, me I check my phone, all kind of people. Here's the thing. All right, big up Dre. Yo. So Ryan and Ryan, they picked the squad already now. Okay, all right. All right. So everybody, I try. I think Cataract is trying to reach out to his sources. Ryan has reached out to his sources. All right. You understand me? One say he will. One say he can't. You understand me? Man is man. Gonna leave it right there. All right. So, Brandon cover. I still believe that um, I like definitely John Russell. I'm still contemplating if of all of these guys, the John Russell, the Anderson, no, the cover, the Anderson, the Splat, the Casanova. I really don't know out of the four which one is ready to step in if something should happen. Or Lambert. So for me, I would love to see, how they perform in the practice games leading up to the Gold Cup, and then from there, I would select the next one because I know that the coach um, has also used like players like Bobby Reed and Ravel in that position as well. So I don't know how because how the team plays is like the basic 4-4-2. That is how coach Himir Hal Grimson has played. I don't know if he will change, but we're going to look at some more players tomorrow to make sure. But we are at 9 minutes to go. Dre has also rejoined. Cataract has gotten some tea to cool himself down because he looks like he was going to burst into flames. But he has simmered himself with some cool substance in his teacup.
Beaver. See what some man has said about talk to man. A man will send a man a message and the message not even it better.
Drink some tea.
Grant and Russell are my two selections for CDM for Gold Cup 2023 as players who have passports and able to travel to United States of America.
As we speak. Yeah. As we speak. All right.
As
Dre, what say you?
Game change, Mannings. The whole game change now. Because right now, some people are going upset, some people are going ball, some people choir and them church are going to get locked down. Because right now, if everything gone, we never know Cataract to bring no false information yet. So right now, Grant and Rustler central midfield, defensive midfield. So the central midfield, next to John Russell, we just bust a champion when we left the live a while ago. See if Lewis Baker in the midfield. Oh God, man. Trouble! Trouble!
Rapapam. Rapapam.
Well, I I have no proof that Louis Baker has anything. You understand me? So I cannot speak. I said available. I don't know that he's available. You understand me? If Cataract have him information, then he can speak to that. But I have no information that the player is available for Gold Cup, sir. But yeah. But Cataract, we have like 6 minutes to go, so I'll give you as usual 2 minutes to wrap up. Give Dre 2 minutes, and then I will close out as well because that would make it exactly 3 hours, and then tomorrow. Um, Listen, maybe I should try and reach out to Anthony Grant to find out if he selected if he could travel to the Gold Cup. Maybe I should try and do that.
Yes. And I would say that
Yeah.
that question is one in which he would discuss with the coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. According to Pesa says, Pesa have source now. Pesa says my source says Louis Baker is working on his passport. But God.
Listen, and I have said this from the
Oh,
start that they have
yeah.
come here. I believe that the best option for Jamaica to qualify and win a tournament, reach the World Cup, was a central midfield pairing of Isaac Hazen and Louis Baker. I do not recant from that. Those two players still remain eligible. One is more in an advanced state than the other, but that they are the best available. Now,
Good.
if we are limiting to passport right now, Louis Baker doesn't have a passport right now, but I think there's been movement. What I hear is that there's been movement on the side of Louis Baker from where he was. And so I would welcome him with open arms into my squad. And then you wouldn't have to hear nothing more about Anthony Grant for Frank Catara. Nothing more.
Rob Smith says, my source said it's a nice day out.
Right? No, the truth of the matter is that when some people get up in their feelings, and I want to use my 2 minutes to say this, we come on these programs for entertainment. We come on these programs to provide information. We come on these programs as Jamaicans around the world who love football to reason, chill, rib each other, jive sometime, hold some serious argument and thing, right? None of us, including me, cannot pick a squad for the Reggae Boys. So when a man has said, me, I want a family in the squad. In my squad, where me I pick for myself at my yard. Coach Halgrimson has my trust in putting together a team. Coach Halgrimson has my trust in putting together a team. Rob Smith, it could never be a man that make me cut my facial hair. It will have to be a lady. So big up the man. Me and my friend them don't roll like that, bro. We don't roll
When you
like
come onto the show though, just advise. I used to do this when I go on certain platforms.
yes.
Put it to private chat so you don't see the comments.
No, but you put it on screen.
Huh?
You put it on the screen. You are creating trouble. And
No.
you want me, you know, you're a big setter, man. You're a big setter. And you put the comments them on the screen, you know. You put the comments them on the screen. Because most of the time, apart from today when I'm looking at stats, but they're on my phone, I can't see the comment them. And you put them on the screen. You see what I say? So
all right. So Dre, anything you want to say in closing? Because
we don't what we are giving is our opinion, either by our stats or by our eye test or by our bias, but it's our opinion. At the end of the day, let me tell you this. When the trumpet sounds and my countrymen call, me and Dre any weather I got there at the stadium, me no know where's my go see. Yeah. We will be at the stadium because we are ultras. We are going to do it. This is just our little joy until the coach pick him squad. When the coach pick him squad, I hit. We not about and we are support.
All right.
So,
Dre, go ahead.
Screen record this. Anyhow, me not left Florida for go watch Reggae Boys play. Anyhow, Louis Baker in the Reggae Boys Gold Cup squad. Remember me telling you, I will be flying out of the States go taking the Reggae Boys versus USA. Book my ticket.
Chicago.
No matter if it's a last minute ticket, me I buy somebody ticket from them. I will be in the stadium. Remember that. That's how much me rate this baller. Alright, so with that said, my regulars, look more over TikTok funeral I keep. Join anywhere that sports. Make sure to bring in a 2-piece suit. I wear on the yellow and purple. Cause funeral we have very something tonight. 10 p.m. 10:30 kickoff time. 10 p.m. the party I start. Remember me telling you, be a vibes look more over TikTok. Join anywhere that sports. And make sure to recharge. Gifts and roses. Gifts and roses on the screen only. Big up on yourself.
That is.
I would have brother headed at the back. Yo, I'm about to try to send a message to our family.
That is Dre Ice. That is Dre Ice for your people right there. So big up to Dre, big up to Cataract, to all the other persons who have been on the platform. Listen, big thank you to Brandon Cover for joining the show today, just talking about his joyous experience of being a part, receiving his Jamaican passport, and now he's ready to represent Jamaica's reggae boys. Senior, junior level, doesn't matter. He just wants to play and die for the badge. Listen, very good show. Want to say a big thank you for Cataract. He provided the stats. He told us about those who are injured, call out the list of names. Again, we just have this show to give our opinion. We don't select the team. And here's one thing I know, that whoever is selected, we go out and we support Jamaica. It don't matter whether all of our choices are right or wrong. We support the team. And so the discussion is not conclusive. It is just opinion based. All right. And thanks to all the persons who gave their super stickers and super chat. Tomorrow we are going to see if we can get a CDM, so he can tell his story, because some of you have all kind of things to say about whether or not the person can or cannot and all of that, whether they are ready or not. We're going to try to see if we can get him. He's also in England. And we're going to try to see if we can get him for tomorrow's show as well, a next CDM, to come and talk to you. All right? So that's tomorrow, probably at 11 or 12. So we will let you know. But thank you all again. To everyone, all the other vloggers who are on, thank you so much. Those who will watch it on the rewatch, big up and bless up as well. Cataract, the man who got ear cut, face shaved, you understand me? Cataract the Maverick, they say he is. Oral Tracy twin, you understand me? Lakers versus Golden State Warriors. Trouble there, you understand me? Can LeBron do it? New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. Can my Knicks finally win a second game in this? So let's see. You understand me? Champions League, in the Milan Derby, about to start. 5 minutes in. Go and watch some game. So big up again. I am management. This has been what
hit the like button, people. Hit the like button.
Yeah. People, hit the like button. Let me see what I go on for the like, Cataract. True, 142, 43 likes. People get the likes.
People, how much like your money? How much like you?
43. Get it up to 150 people.
If you get it up to 150, Dre, I'm gonna let out the brother. Out I back I Jeep. I give him a next bus in our state. Do it for your man. Do it for your man. Dre, I'm gonna drink your juice and leave the key.
Somebody who know Oral Tracy, screenshot when Cataract run out in the glasses there. And send it, go give Oral the Maverick Tracy. Don't know, Kerry, there must be something that you can clip. So we will see what Kerry will be clipping and posting of Cataract. Check out Instagram. But I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, when it gets to this point, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I may represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason representing I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.